The air. The Columbus River Dragons are on the air, live on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, Zelmo Zip-In, Country Inn and Suites, Kinetic Credit Union, Heckler & Koch, Pepsi Cola, and PMB Broadcasting. Now let's head to the Harvey Lumber broadcast booth for the start of the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. And join the voice of the River Dragons, Zach DeBozart.
Thank you very much, Brian Thomas. Welcome into the Columbus Civic Center for the second time, well, today, because we just had the Columbus Legends game taking on Fort Benning Hockey Club. But now it's time for the main course, the River Dragons and the Watertown Wolves. Right now, no longer a 1 versus 2 matchup as the River Dragons' 3-point loss last night and Danbury's 3-point win sees the Hat-Tricks just minuscule percentage points ahead of the River Dragons. And they'll be looking to avenge last night's loss and even up this weekend series as it stands right now. We have a lot to get to in tonight's Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. It'll be a little bit longer than normal, as you can see, starting at 7:10 as opposed to our traditional 7 o'clock. We're thinking puck drop's going to be around 7:45. Obviously, the Legends game happening before this, and we do have a special pregame ceremony that we will detail for you as it comes up. But for right now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we go Inside the Lair with Jake Grade. Jake Grade on Inside the Lair after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Something big is coming to Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, and you'll want to be the first to know. We're celebrating our big announcement with an all-day event, Saturday, March 26th, complete with live music from Damn Skippy, food trucks and adult beverages, and what would a big announcement be without little people wrestling? That's right, midget wrestling, Saturday, March 26th at Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, Williams Road in Columbus. Ride free because of the Brave. FortBenningHD.com.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo Zip-In. Our first store was in Leesburg, Georgia, and followed quickly by our second store in the Columbus, Phoenix City area in 2000. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We're proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
It's River Dragon season, and it's time to get out to a game. Visit Ticketmaster or the Civic Center box office to purchase tickets to the next game or any game left this season. Visit rdragons.com to check the schedule and stay up to date with everything River Dragons hockey. The defending Ignite Cup champions are looking to keep their winning ways, and you can be part of the best atmosphere in the FPHL to help make it happen. Purchase tickets online on Ticketmaster or skip the fees and visit the Columbus Civic Center box office during normal business hours. Get up and get loud, Columbus. The River Dragons are ready to roar.
Welcome back to the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. It's now time for Inside the Lair, and today our guest, number 12, Jake Grade. Grade, how are we doing today?
Pretty good. Could be better if we had a win last night, but new day, water under the bridge.
Yeah, it was a tough one last night. Obviously, started out very hot, 2 Austin Doe goals, 3 minutes in, really got the crowd engaged, electrified. I have to imagine that was the game plan, and things were going well off the hop, right?
Yeah, we obviously hadn't played in a week. We had this past weekend off, and obviously, I know not everyone knows, but we had a little tough schedule with practice this week. We were traveling to Burmy and had pretty tough ice on Friday morning, didn't get to skate Thursday, so we kind of were just trying to keep it simple, and we were doing that for the whole first period. We played well. I don't know if maybe they just got their legs under them a bit or what really happened. I know they didn't skate yesterday morning, but Yeah, definitely one that we can't let slip away there.
Feels like throughout the game, you look at the two goaltenders that were in, the team defenses that were in front, goals were always going to be at a premium. You always knew that. It seems like the last, I almost want to say month or so, we've been playing what you'd call playoff level hockey, that playoff grade where, goals are at a premium, it's tough, grinded out type of games. You and the guys feeling that in the room?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got 12 games left here. You see last night, it's going to be gritty goals that happen. I mean, Petro made a great play over to him on that goal, but even there, it's like a bang-bang play. It's not a straight-on shot. We have the best goalie in the league in Bernie, and you see he only really gets scored on deflections, which nothing he can do about that, or not clearing out sticks and bodies in front, which we got to help him out more because we're lucky to have him here. And, he's going to be probably our biggest key going into playoffs here, and like I said, we're lucky. We just got to help him out a little more.
We're speaking with Jake Grade on Inside the Lair. Inside the Lair, as always, is brought to you by the Dragon's Den Pro Shop and the Columbus Ice Rink, open on Wednesdays every single week for all your ice skating and hockey needs. Looking ahead to today's game, Jake, obviously you want to put what happened behind you, but 57 minutes without a goal after 2 in the first 3. I know you're a defenseman, but you're a guy that likes to jump into the play. Everybody in that blue line seems to have an ability to come in, put a shot on net, try and find the goal. What are some of the things you guys are working on to try and maybe get the offense flowing throughout the whole game and not just in that surge?
Yeah, it's a lot of just positioning because, like you said, we have a lot of guys on the back end that like to get up in the play. Not having Carter obviously hurts, but we have Schultze here this weekend, and obviously Nolan's been coming in and playing really well, so that's been helping out a lot. It's just going back to what you were saying, positioning. We're getting D-man stepping up in the play, and obviously the forwards are there to score. That's their job. So it's tough for them to they want to be scoring the goals, but we try to help out in the back end. And, it's been kind of like that all year, but we've done a pretty good job. And, I don't know, just a few minor details last night that we'll definitely tweak.
This time of year, obviously, you're getting into the thick of a playoff race in terms of a very important position, either a first-round bye or having to play in the first round. Are guys scoreboard watching? Is that something that's kind of permeating through? Or are you guys locked in trying to block out that noise?
It's definitely, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say no one's checking it, but at the end of the day, we know in the locker room that it comes down to us, and we have the cards in our hand to, we almost can decide our fate here. I think we bumped out of second place by 1% last night after the loss, but those 2 wins against Danbury were huge. We're definitely watching their scoreboards every night, but the focus in the locker room is on our guys, and we know that we have what it takes to win another championship this year, even though there's only a few guys from the team last year. It's, from what I've heard, the same feel in the locker room, and we're just focused on ourselves.
Last one for you. Anybody to shout out before we get you on the ice here for the Saturday game?
Yeah, I'll shout out my mom, my brother. I miss you guys and love you guys. They were supposed to be here this weekend, but my brother plays club hockey, Boston College, Massachusetts, so they were 1 goal away in overtime from going to nationals, so that was planned this weekend. But they're Mom and Alex, you guys are coming in a few weeks. Can't wait to see you, and I love you.
All right, thanks for your time, Jake. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Jake Grade on Inside the Lair. Stick around. More Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show after this on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier, that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress. Your Beam. Your way.
At Texas Roadhouse, we're famous for our hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, ice-cold beer, and our irresistible fresh-baked bread. We take great care in everything we prepare, served with big smiles at a great value. Visit us at 2970 North Lake Parkway in Columbus, or call ahead seating at 706-323-6616. Curbside takeout available, too. We're proud to be your hometown favorite and are always focused on providing legendary food and legendary service. Texas Roadhouse.
Looking to update that hockey game day wardrobe? The best place to do that is to visit the online home for all River Dragons licensed apparel, ourdragonsmerch.com. With new designs coming out all the time and special promotional and sale offers always live, there's always a reason to check back to the site and score some new gear. Plus, lots of fun souvenirs and other knickknacks that make great gifts for all sorts of occasions. So get there to ourdragonsmerch.com, the official store for all team licensed apparel. That's ourdragonsmerch.com.
Back here in the Harvey Lumber broadcast booth at the Columbus Civic Center, River Dragons and Watertown Wolves are off the ice. They are warmed up. Our estimated puck drop is about 25 minutes away from now because we do have a special pregame ceremony that will take place immediately after our ceremonial puck drop as a continued part of our Legends Night here at the Civic Center during Whiteout Weekend. If you were with us on the YouTube channel, maybe you're subscribed to us and you get notifications. You saw we broadcast the Legends game, and if you're not, hey, all you got to do is subscribe and hit the bell, and that'll let you know anytime we post a new video or go live for things like that. Columbus River Dragons, like the page and give us a subscribe on YouTube as we attempt to climb to 3,000 subscribers. Last night's game, you heard it from Jake Grade, obviously didn't go the way the River Dragons wanted. The first 3 minutes certainly did. 2 Austin Doe goals, one on a putback on a rebound off a power play, and the other one a great 2-on-1 setup as Josh Petrantonio winged one from the bottom of the right wing circle, and Doe had to just tap it in for his second goal of the game, 32nd of the year. However, the River Dragons, little did they know, at that point, that was the end of the day in terms of scoring for them. And the Wolves, they would find themselves back in it. Cole McKechnie got the first goal for Watertown on a delayed penalty call coming up against Columbus. A bang-bang play where the penalty occurred, and McKechnie fired the shot that pinged the top right corner for a 2-1 game. Then, in the dying moments of the second period, Justin McDonald, how many times have you heard his name said all across the league? 50-plus goals already, and he gets another one on a great deflection after he won a faceoff, set up to a point shot from LaBelle that he tapped home, or deflected home, I should say, over the shoulder of McBurney, and it was 2-2. Heading into the locker room for the third, with the next goal being of the utmost importance. It was found by the Wolves on a power play. Alexander Jemayev was the one who deflected it in and hit the side netting. 3-2 Wolves, and then McDonald got his second of the night on a long bomb empty netter with about a minute and change left in the game. Columbus held scoreless in the last 57 minutes of regulation and looking to avenge that loss here tonight on the Legends Night of Whiteout Weekend. With that win, the Wolves continued to climb and extend their lead atop the FPHL standings. Right now they are in a strong first place over Danbury, 746 on their points percentage. Danbury at 619, Columbus at 611. Mere percentage points. If you break that down into percents, 61.9 to 61.1. Not even a full point of difference between second and third place. And that's a very important second place, as that place will get a first-round bye into the Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Speaking of that, the Commissioner's Cup playoffs, the 6 teams are set. The Port Huron Prowlers clinched the final X, and they've clinched themselves as a selection pool team, as they cannot make it up to third place in their current standings, but they can't be passed by Delaware, so they will make up the 6th team getting the X and making up that field for the Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Of course, Watertown, Danbury, Columbus, Carolina, and Binghamton are your other 5. Right now, it's still very much a race for any of the seeds. Even Watertown does not have first place locked up by any stretch of the imagination. We did some deeper math and tried to articulate this for everybody in a way that makes sense. Watertown right now, if they lose the rest of their games, 0 points the rest of the way, which obviously we know is unlikely, but you have to calculate for the extremes when you're talking about mathematically eliminating or clinching spots, they're still at a 5.82 points percentage if they take no more points for the rest of the season. Just shows how good of a year they've had. However, every team not named Port Huron or Delaware can max out above 5.82. Even Carolina who would be the lowest in that total at 624. Danbury and Columbus right at 699 and 698. So even Watertown is still a ways to go to clinching the number 1 seed or even a first-round bye, as that 3-horse race between Watertown, Danbury, and Columbus. Sure, Watertown's in front by a length or two, but there's still a bit of hockey, about a month or so left in the regular season to try and reel them in. Of course, the Dragons are trying to do their part over these next 2 games, Saturday and Sunday, to not only try and win the weekend, but make it more competitive up at the top of the standings. We'll have more of a look around the FPHL when we go around the league after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
At the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey, cheesy, crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome back into the Columbus Civic Center. Hi, welcome into the Harvey Lumber Press Box. I'm Zach DeBozart. We'll be joined by Mike Cosentino in just a few moments from now. He'll be with us for tonight's game. As you might have guessed, he was the scratch goaltender by that rate. If you look at our projected lines, Jared Rutledge is the scheduled starter for the River Dragons. We were past the starting lineups just a moment or two ago. However, we will get you those in just a moment. For right now, it's time to go around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions. Right now, we have a game in Carolina that started at 6:05, so they're getting down into the second half of it. There's about 3 minutes or so left to go in the second. Prowlers and Thunderbirds tied up at 1. Ross Bartlett got the game's opening goal for the Prowlers. Carolina Thunderbirds got a tally through Victor Grebenikoff. Remember, because of Port Huron's win last night, they evened up that weekend series with Carolina. They also got themselves that X by their name, the 6th and final team that makes up the Commissioner Cup playoffs. Danbury and Binghamton will do battle over at the Visions Veterans Memorial Arena. The Delaware Thunder, they are off tonight. That is your look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions. Over in the SPHL, game's already in action. 2 minutes left to go in the second. Fayetteville has just tied it up against the Birmingham Bulls, 2-2. Macon trails Roanoke at the Berglund Center, 1-0. Rail Yard Dogs in front with 5 minutes to go in the first period. Quad City is at Evansville, 8 o'clock East, 7 o'clock Central. Also at the top of the hour, it is Peoria at Huntsville. That's your look at the Southern Hockey scoreboard. Let's take another break. When we come back, we bring you the starting lineups for tonight's game on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Something big is coming to Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, and you'll want to be the first to know. We're celebrating our big announcement with an all-day event, Saturday, March 26th, complete with live music from Damn Skippy, food trucks and adult beverages, and what would a big announcement be without little people wrestling? That's right, midget wrestling. Saturday, March 26th at Fort Benning Harley-Davidson, Williams Road in Columbus. Ride free because of the brave. FortBenningHD.com.
The benefits of a Kinetic membership extend far beyond convenient banking solutions, competitive rates, and financial advice. Kinetic Credit Union focuses on the unique needs of our members while supporting and improving their lives. At Kinetic Credit Union, they recognize that your financial goals are unique. That's why we're offering the Smart Steps Financial Education Program, a personalized learning experience to help you plan around your individual financial situation and aspirations. Kinetic Credit Union.
Before you know it, the weather will get warmer and baseball will be right around the corner. So book your summer weekends early by purchasing a Flight Club membership with the Columbus Chattahoots. Flight Club members receive tickets to every home game at Golden Park as the Hoots try and go back to the championship series in 2022. Plus, more awesome perks for all of our members. Visit GoHoots.com to get started on securing your membership for the 2022 Sun Belt Baseball League season. Or call the offices at 706-507-4625.
Welcome back into the Columbus Civic Center. River Dragons and Watertown Wolves. The starting lineups being announced, but we're still about 10 minutes away from puck drop. As we know, there is a special pregame ceremony happening here as part of our Legends Night. But let's give you tonight's starting lineups. First, for the River Dragons, their lineups brought to you by Fort Benning Harley-Davidson. Go see Brett Posey and all the guys. 3230 Williams Road in Columbus on the north side. That is the Chattahoochee Valley's only authorized Harley-Davidson dealer. Jared Rutledge between the pipes, 10-5-1 record, .892 save percentage, and a 3.42 goals against average. The defense in front of him, Jake Grade and Brad Nolan, with the forwards, Jagger Williamson in the middle of Alex Storjahan and Parker Moskal. Over for the Watertown Wolves, their lineups brought to you by Victoryland Casino. Head down I-85 south to Shorter, Alabama to go see Will Benefield and all the crew there. Victoryland Casino, proud partners of Ignite Sports and Entertainment. Brandon Colgan gets his second straight start in the Wynnewood, Pennsylvania native, 13-2-0 record, .933 save percentage, and a 2.28 goals against average. The defense in front of Colgan is Coachman and Robertson, and the forwards, Rocco Di Costanzo in for the suspended Ryan Devine. More on that in a moment, alongside Colin Chamelka and Andrew Harrison on the wings. That's your starting lineup. Let's take one more break. When we come back, we bring you our special pregame ceremony after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Who wants a copy when you can own the real thing? At Heckler & Koch, the foundation for everything we do is an unswerving commitment to excellence. Shooters of Columbus at 4445 Milton Road is your local area premium stocking dealer for all your favorite Heckler & Koch products. They also have an indoor range with rentals available, from rifles and pistols to ammo and holsters. There's no better choice in the firearm business than Heckler & Koch.
Gulf Eagle Supply specializes in servicing the professional roofing contractor and also provides a variety of products and services to the homeowner, building owner, architect, and general contractor. Our goal to the contractor is not only to provide competitive material pricing, but also to help them build their business and assist in their success. We do this with knowledgeable sales personnel and through our core values. As we say, Gulf Eagle, we got a solution for that. Call us today at 706-550-1555. Gulf Eagle Supply. Vectorply is a world leader in development, manufacturing, and distribution of composite reinforcement materials for any and all projects you might have. Headquartered right here in Phoenix City, Vectorply prides itself on providing superior and timely customer service for all their customers' inquiries. No project is too big or too small for Vectorply. For more information on what they can do for you and your project, visit Vectorply.com. That's VECTORPLY.com. And get started on your next big project today.
Looking to bring the whole crew out to a game? Group nights are for you. Groups of 10 or more get special ticket pricing and exclusive merchandise and experience add-ons that will make your game at the Civic Center a night to remember. For more information on group rates and packages, visit ourdragons.com/tickets or call our ticketing manager at 706-940-0476. Ask about all the great perks we can provide your group. Work friends, family functions, there's no group too big for us to handle, but it starts by visiting ourdragons.com/tickets.
Welcome back into the Columbus Civic Center as the River Dragons and the Watertown Wolves have had the anthem sung. However, we are still about 5-10 minutes away from puck drop because we have a little pregame ceremony plan that's going to take part right after our opening ceremonial face-off. You see Josh Petrantonio and Justin McDonald. They are taking that along with Sahara Allender, one of our local Girl Scouts in the Girl Scout troop here in the Chattahoochee Valley, getting to drop the puck and a River Dragons game. Now you'll see more carpets laid out. We get a lot more people down there to ice level. And let's see if we can't hear in from Dana Barker and the rest of the festivities.
Dragons owner Jeff Crew, take it away, Crew.
Jeff Croup, River Dragons and Ignite Sports and Entertainment owner, will be come out. He's also with his wife Sandra, and we see Wanda Amos out there with them.
Good evening, everyone. Before we get to hockey time on the Chattahoochee, we've got one more person we need to recognize. I'd like to ask Jerome to come out and join us.
Jerome Bichard heading over to that area. Wanda Amos and the Croops.
I know you think this night's about Jerome, but it's actually about you.
Fans, when Charlie Morrow, the original owner of the Cottonmouths when Central Hockey League passed away in 1998, the team was left to wife Martha to manage. After 2 seasons, Martha was looking to pass the franchise to new local ownership. Enter Wanda Amos, who along with her husband Shelby bought the team in 2000. She owned the Cottonmouths for 17 years through 3 different leagues and was widely known as one of the most benevolent and kind owners in all of minor league hockey. Wanda helped those become a destination for players, knowing that if they wore that Cottonmouth logo, they'd be well taken care of. She helped make the Cottonmouths a model franchise that other teams strive to emulate. Wanda's love for hockey was matched by her love to give back to the community that she was born and raised in. Her contributions to the Chattahoochee Valley, both big and small, totaled well over $1 million during her tenure as Snakes owner. She definitely loved Columbus as much as Columbus loved her Snakes. It was for those reasons that 1 year after the Cottonmouths left the SPHL in 2018, the league established the Wanda Amos Community Service Award in her honor. Each year, the SPHL now recognizes a team or individual for their charitable contributions to the community, based in no small part to Wanda setting the bar. And now turn your attention to the ice where Jeff and Sandra Croup, alongside Jerome Boom Boom Bichard, will recognize Wanda's achievements and legacy in Columbus hockey history. Take it away, Jeff.
Thanks, Dana. Columbus didn't become Hockey Night of the South overnight. It was built over time by many who put in, invested hard time, hard work, and energy. To make this happen, no one did it better than Wanda and Shelby Amos. One of the best things they gave hockey in Columbus is my man right here, Jerome Bichard.
There's not much to say. Juan and Shelby, Jeff and Sandra, I mean, first Juan and Shelby, you guys kept us alive here for 17 years. To allow another great owner to come in here and have this for Columbus, Georgia, and the surrounding areas. I love you, thank you. Dana, back up to you. We got somebody.
Juan Shelby, thank you for everything you've done for the hockey community, for Columbus, and for us. Y'all been great friends to us, and we appreciate it. Congratulations on this honor. We'll see you in April.
Congratulations.
That was words from Jerome Bichard, and then a video played from the Jeffries of the Huntsville Havoc, and now current River Dragons and the former Cottonmouths, those that played in the Legends game, coming out to recognize, give hugs, give lots of love to Wanda Amos. As you heard, her and her husband Shelby did so much for hockey here in Columbus in the Chattahoochee Valley. As we are saving this pregame ceremony as all part of Legends Night to honor her. We've honored the players, we've honored the coaches, but they'd be nowhere without being able to honor the ownership. As the players, both past and present, make their way onto the ice, there is just one more part to handle as everybody comes out to ice level. Brad Prefontaine giving a long hug to Wanda Amos.
First of all, look up at the wall there. We got Oren Hergot and Ian VJ. Pull the banner.
Oren Hergot and Ian Vigier unveil a new banner here in the Columbus Civic Center.
We have a banner honoring Wanda and Shelby Amos and all their contributions to Columbus hockey.
No number, just the name Amos, 2000 to 2017, when they owned the franchise, kept Columbus hockey alive and thriving. And now here from the River Dragons and the rest of all of us here at Ignite Sports Entertainment, we thank them in the best way we know how, hanging up their banner to hang forever here in the Civic Center. That will do it for the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. When we come back, the Sun-South John Deere first period's next. Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You've been listening to the Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show on 106.9 Really Rocks. The call of the game is just moments away after we pause for a short break on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Let Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shredaway, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shredaway, 706-577-9668.
Dressing for success is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Wade Cleaners. Drop off your garment at any one of their 5 convenient branches or call their valet manager to pick them up. Go do something fun. Walk your dog, eat a hot fudge sundae, or go to a movie. Leave the dirty laundry to them. Pick up your professionally cleaned garments or have them delivered at no additional charge to your home or office. Yes, you too can dress for success with Wade Cleaners. Oh, and don't forget the little people as you move up in the world.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
It's time for River Dragons hockey. Tonight's game is brought to you by Sun-South John Deere, Houston Clinic, Burger King, West Georgia Oral and Facial Surgery, Country Inn and Suites, Buffalo Rock, Pepsi Cola, John Emerald Distilling, Wade Cleaners, and PMB Broadcasting. Now let's start the game with the voice of River Dragons hockey, Zach DeBozart.
Thank you very much, Brian Thomas. Already underway, 30 seconds into the first period. Just mistimed our pregame ceremony by just a touch, but it was a great nod to be able to recognize Wanda and Shelby Amos for all their contributions to Columbus hockey, as they now have a banner raised for them and their family, as their long years of ownership are recognized and loved by all those in the community. As you heard from those in attendance, clad out in white, as our Whiteout Weekend Saturday has already begun. We've got a face-off coming opposite the Watertown bench. 44 seconds into the first period of play. Watertown dressed in the traditional home blues with a wolf head logo on the chest. Blue helmets and pants. They go right to left. Brendan Colgan in the crease over there. McDonald wins a race. He negates icing. Quicks a quick shot on Rutledge, who puts the pad down and makes it look easy. River Dragons dressed in the all-white outlook. White jerseys, white shells with teal numbers and white helmets. They'll go left to right in the Sun-South John Deere first period. Watertown holds that one in through LaBelle. And at the right point, Ian White has it now in the corner. White gets this over to Petrantonio. 3-on-2 for the Dragons. He moves it over to Bersani. Hops up into the air off the stick there of Taylor. Taylor puts a check on a Petrantonio, and that ends that particular rush. Back the other way, here's Heitzner. His shot flutters in at Rutledge, and he swallows that one up in the butterfly and takes a whistle. 18:34 left to go here in the first. And the Wolves have a 2-1 lead in shots on the Heckler & Koch shot counter. Heckler & Koch, no compromise. Face-off coming to the left of Rutledge. It'll be Riley to take it against McKechnie. We have an interesting face-off stat regarding Watertown in just a moment. Krupp puts a check there onto Lane King, forced that puck to get out. McKechnie touches it in an offside position. Last night there were 55 face-offs in the game between Watertown and Columbus. All but 7 of them were taken by either McKechnie or McDonald, with McDonald taking 33 of them. That is a heck of a stat. It shows that they have 2 dominant centermen. Maybe even when it's not even their line out there, they might be the ones out there to take the draw and quickly head off and keep the lines where they are. You're going to see a lot of McKechnie and McDonald. We knew, our eyes told us that, and now we have the numbers to back it up. This one dumped into the zone for Columbus. A little bit of checks behind the play as Graham is going at man. Now Mafuz is trying to jump around Jake Schultz. Right circle, Mafuz got free. Fired one well wide of the blocker hand. Slachetka takes a hit as he's run into there by Krupp. Vanelli tries to get it around from the left wing corner. He hit a man with it. That's McDonald. Now, McKechnie. He puts that up to Slachetka. Too saucy on the pass, and it goes back out to the neutral zone. D to D, Lane King up ahead. McKechnie gets the touch. That negates icing, and Schultz will have it off the backboards. Schultz looking long. Jagger Williamson might have been open on that far wing, but Schultz opts to keep it. Now give it to Moskal. Parker Moskal in over the line, right wing. He fires a shot. Save made Colgan, and that one popped right into his blocker, and he will hold on to it and get the whistle. 17:32 left to go here in Sun-South John Deere first period. No score. River Dragons and Watertown Wolves. Whiteout weekend as Columbus looks to even up the weekend after Watertown won on Friday night by a score of 4-2. I'm Zach DeBozart. We'll be joined by Mike Costantino at some point during this period. Can't wait to have him up and see the game through his eyes just as well. Here's Jemayev with it, right wing side, overhandled the puck for a moment, pass across, knocked away by Moskal, and Grade gets it to Jagger Williamson. Now Moskal will find a loose puck. He's got Storjahan with him, 2-on-2, trying to get it to that near side circle, and it's taken away here by LaBelle. LaBelle from the red line will dump this one in. Rutledge watches it go by at the right wing corner. Nolan, checked there by Heitzner. Heitzner reaches up with the glove, grabs it out of the air. McDonald first on it, left wing corner, trying to pass to the middle, knocked away by Grade. Now Jemayev will have it on the cycle. Left wing at the half wall, plays it back to the top. Off the boards, right point held in by Troy Taylor. Behind the net it goes. Moskal keeping tight on Kyle Heitzner as he moves to that right wing corner. Played behind the net. Good pinch play right there by Jake Grade as he's able to take Alexander Jemayev out of it. And here come the River Dragons in the neutral zone. Storjahan takes a hit trying to get it to Moskal. Now an open left wing as the Dragons are changing. McDonald comes in left circle, and White was able to meet him there and slow his progress, force him to pass it into the corner. Heitzner getting it down low. Hussey chasing after this. Bersani staying in front of him. Those two go at it. Right wing corner in the Columbus end. Heitzner tries to pick it out of feet. Ozelin stops him from going behind the net. Doe with a pass. Off a skate right to Bersani. White will give it to Petrantonio. Columbus has escaped from the red line. Right wing side. We dumped into the left wing corner. Doe tied up there with Robertson. Bersani lays a big check onto a man. That's Rocco DiCostanzo. The crowd approves of that one. White from the red line. Doe, drop pass. Petrantonio in stride. Right wing circle with it. He's stopped up in the corners. He takes a hit there from Justin Coachman. Those two continue to go at it. Petrantonio lays body onto Robertson. Doe hits his man. That's Michael Mann, and we get a penalty out of all of this. Now Bersani and Robertson are going at each other, and Robertson dropped Bersani with the right, and now Ozelich comes in, knocks over DiCostanzo, and everybody's got a partner, and Ozelich just two-point wrestling takedown there as he throws a man down to the ice. I think it's DiCostanzo again. No, that's Robertson. And Ozelich wants more. He'll take on anybody in a blue jersey right now. He went from Robertson, and I don't know who he grabbed that was tied up with Bersani. I don't think anybody outside of Colgan in a blue jersey has been touched by Ozelich during this shift. 15:45 left to go here in the first, and we are going to have some penalty math to sort out. Robertson heads to the box. There was an initial call. It was unclear on who, as the puck was in between a pass from Doe to the top when I noticed the arm up. Ozelinch will head into the box. So too is Coachman. Di Costanzo delivers some equipment for the Wolves, and now McDonald and Petrantonio will wait outside the referee's crease for the verdict. There is some energy in this building after a great pregame ceremony honoring the Amos family, the former Columbus Cottonmouths owners. The crowd loved it. They got their nostalgia fix during the Legends game. It kept going, and the energy in this building is incredible. 4:15 into the first. We just saw it spill over onto the ice with a bit of a dust-up. Edgars Ozelinch taking on all comers from the Wolves. Well, while we wait to see what they decide, we're going to tell you about the Dash app, DASH, free on all Android and iOS devices. Whiteout jerseys from Columbus players of the past and present. You just saw the Legends game jerseys. Now you're seeing here the River Dragons whiteout jerseys. Legends jerseys end tonight at 11 p.m. and the River Dragons whiteouts will end tomorrow at the conclusion of the Sunday game. All those jerseys will be signed, can be first picked up at a Sunday social event, where if you win the raffle or win the auction, we'll tell you where to pick up your jersey there. Otherwise, you can also purchase shipping on the app or wait until they're available for pickup Tuesday in the office. That's all on the Dash app, DASH, free on all Android and iOS devices. Hunter Bersani has come over. I believe he's been summoned into the box, and he will take his place alongside Ozelinch. So by my count right now, we've got 2 Wolves and 2 Dragons. Hunter Bersani and Edgars Ozelinch in for the Dragons. Riley Robertson and Justin Coachman in for the Wolves. Now Cole McKechnie is outside the referee's crease. He's taking the place of McDonald. He's mixing it up with a couple of the fans who are letting Robertson hear it. And Robertson's putting his helmet on and looks as if he's going to be allowed to leave the box, but is he going to head down the tunnel or does he need repairs? He's grabbed a towel. Very interested. They seem to be directing him towards the tunnel. So Robertson heads to the tunnel. I think the crowd thinks he's been ejected from the game. I would call that unlikely. He grabbed a towel, might need repairs. I don't know if he's cut somewhere. Maybe he has been thrown out. We are not immediately sure, as our off-ice officials, both down low and up high, are working very diligently to get all of these penalties sorted out. 15:45 left to go here in the first. And so far, the only thing on the board is 2 minutes up against Hunter Bersani. But they are pointing as if the faceoff is going to go down in the Watertown end. And Brendan Colgan is looking up at the board saying, shouldn't it be down in the Columbus end? And we are asking those same questions. Ian White and Jake Schultz are out defensively. They're talking to Rutledge, who's down on a knee in his crease. And Ahmad Mahfouz and Lane King are talking with the referees. We've still not 100% clear on what our situation is, and now a referee points down into the Columbus end. So this will be a Watertown power play out of all of this. Just that 2 minutes up to Bersani will be the difference, or the penalty outstanding, if you will. Probably a lot of majors. You see Edgars Ozelinch already has a fighting major attached to him. But they are uploading the penalties right now to federalhockey.com. We'll get you the full rundown when we have it apparent and clear to us. However, right now we can tell you the River Dragons are on their first Houston Clinic penalty kill of the night. Houston Clinic helping the River Dragons get back to full strength. Watertown's second best in the FPHL at 20.1%. The Wolves 20.1% of the power play, second best. Columbus number 1 in the FPHL at 84.6%. Ozelinch has taken the option to head off towards the locker room, so it could be 5s and 10s for both Robertson and Ozelich. Again, we will get those to you when we know them. Mafuz, a shot left point, and a save made by Rutledge, and he'll cover that one up. 5 seconds gone in the Houston Clinic penalty kill. At the 15:45 mark, if you pick up a 5 for fighting, then an extra 10-minute misconduct, 15 minutes basically takes you out for the rest of the period. That could be what happened between Robertson and Ozelich. There could be some game misconducts. Again, everything is being inputted in right now. Once we have the entire penalty picture, we'll break it all down and give it to you. Face-off coming to the right of Rutledge. Columbus will win it. Doe plays it over to Petrantonio, right wing. He's one-on-one with Mafuz. That's a forward back. Petrantonio's shot. Mafuz got a piece of it, and it directs away from the goal. Petrantonio tries to eat away some time in the corner as he pinned it up against the corner boards. Doe has it, works it back to Petrantonio. He's got all this real estate to skate it back to defense. Jake Schultz helping out in the four corners game. Played it right in front of the Columbus bench. Careful not to pick up too many men on the ice penalty. Doe pushes a man away as he finishes off his shift, and now Watertown's backing over the line. King to the left wing side for McDonald. Drops it back to the point for Mafuz. Mafuz left wing circle. He shoots looking for a tip as that one was shot wide of the near post. Moskal reaching in with the stick. Underwood trying to go in on a rush there, and his stick reach just wasn't long enough. Moskal will dump it down the length of the ice to kill off more time. 1:05 left to go in Bersani's penalty. Again, the penalties are continuing to update and roll in at federalhockey.com. Does not look like there's any game misconducts just yet, but it does look like 5s and 10s. That is why Robertson and Ozelich had headed off. Again, we'll get that to you, and it's apparent. Another dump down from Columbus, this time Brad Nolan. And there's 45 seconds left to go in the Wolves' first power play of the game. Mafuz, left wing side for King. Not an over the line yet. A pass across the blue line. Jemaev's in. Drops it back to the right point. Taylor a shot. Deflected by Mafuz. He took everything off it. Jemaev left wing corner with it now. He's being watched by Jake Grade. Into the corner it goes here for Lane King. King left circle, putting it to Mafuz out in front. A backhand effort. It fell off the toe of his stick, and he couldn't keep it towards goal. Nolan with a shove there on Jemaev. Now King picks it out. Here's McDonald, left circle. He shoots in a great block. Led in right there by Jack Riley as it goes off his shin pads and out to the neutral zone. 5 seconds left. Bersani standing up in the box. Slachetko with this in his own end. Bersani out of the box. 1 for 1 on the Houston Clinic penalty kill tonight of the Dragons. Now Riley playing a little catch with Moskal, right circle. Moskal a shot and a save made by Colgan. Caught that right on the wolf head logo. He'll take a whistle and we'll get immediate timeout. 30 seconds and we come back. Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Benefits of a Kinetic membership extend far beyond convenient banking solutions, competitive rates, and financial advice. Kinetic Credit Union focuses on the unique needs of our members while supporting and improving their lives. At Kinetic Credit Union, they recognize that your financial goals are unique. That's why we're offering the Smart Steps Financial Education Program, a personalized learning experience to help you plan around your individual financial situation and aspirations. Kinetic Credit Union.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. River Dragons and Wolves scoreless, 13:34 left to go here in the first. Striving to create dining excellence through unequivocal passion, humility, and class. That's the mission of Trevioli Italian Kitchen. See our friends Trevor and Brandy, who run the 7466 Blackman Road branch in the north of Columbus, and call ahead seating at 706-580-8136. You can also have dinner on the Dragons at Trevioli Italian Kitchen. We'll have more details on that with our Josh Petrantonio haircut fundraiser that you've been seeing all week during Dash. More on that in a little bit, though, because the Wolves have won a defensive zone draw, and we are back underway. Slachetka dumps this one down. It will miss the net of Rutledge, and icing is called as Vanelli stayed in front of his man. That was Chemelka. 13:24 left to go here in period one. Shots, Wolves 3, Dragons 2. The Heckler & Koch shot counter. Heckler & Koch, no compromise. I'm Zach DeBozart. Happy to have you along as part of your Saturday night. It's been a fun one so far. The Columbus Legends defeated the Fort Benning Hockey Club by a score of 4-2. The crowd of, well, Scott and I were guesstimating about 1,500 or so came in to see the old players play. Now here's a chance. Riley a backhand, and that one kicked away by Colgan. A lot of fun. That crowd, of course, is staged. It's a River Dragons ticketed event, and the crowd still filing in here ahead of a big Saturday night game between the Dragons and the Wolves. Slachetka from the red line chips that to a teammate. Harrison gives it to Chemelka, and he bounces one towards Rutledge. It drifts wide. Hussey took an awkward spill there in the corner. White had to reach around him. It's still in the feet of Hussey as he picks himself back up. Vanelli taking a hit there from Chemelka, boxes him out, gives it back to White. Dangerous pass right in the slot to Riley, but he's able to catch it. Now Krupp with some speed. He's got MJ Graham on his right. Krupp trying to give it to Graham. Pass too far out in front. At the corner boards, though, he gets it, playing it back towards the middle. And MJ Krupp couldn't find the angle getting towards that one. Dumped down by the Wolves, we picked up at the Columbus line. Long stretch pass, it's Bersani on the tape, right wing. He shoots a stick save made by Colgan into the glass and into the netting and out of play with 12:28 left to go here in the first. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
Pretty good CM landscape design installation to call. They can handle anything from patios, retaining walls, and so much more in the outdoor living world. Check out the merchandise stand for our merchandise deals of the game. Head to the merch stand to receive discounts.
Face-off coming to the left of Colgan. Bersani and McKechnie ready to take this draw. Tied up in the feet. Doe tried to work it out of that scrum. McKechnie held firm, and he's able to get it out. Man trying to go off the wall for him. Schultz gets this one a good stick and puts it out in the neutral zone for Petrantonio to retrieve. Dump it in right wing corner. Hit that kick plate awkwardly that we've seen a couple of times this month. Man takes a hit from Bersani, held in by Doe. Doe, high slot, was trying to feed it off left circle of Petrantonio, and he couldn't find it. Bersani, good hold at the center point. Played it off the skate of LaBelle there. Bersani still with it, and he blind backhands it right into a Wolf player. That's McKechnie, and he'll just dump it out, and Columbus will have possession here. Schultz for Nolan, just too far out of his reach. Now the Watertown defense takes over. LaBelle up ahead for Mann, who will spoon it into the zone, and it's right on net for Rutledge, who will stick it and cover it up for a whistle. 11:43 left to go here in period one. Dragons and Wolves still scoreless here on a Saturday night. Happy to have you along. A key game in the regular season is playoff positioning, especially in the 2-3 battle for Columbus, but for Watertown, they look at this series as a chance to really put down an opponent who is close to them in the standings. Watertown has a sizable gap on first place compared to Danbury and Columbus in second and third. However, Columbus trying to do their part to make the end of season number one battle interesting. Jagger Williamson pulls it off the wall, overhandles it, but passes it to Mosko anyways. Mosko, left circle, fakes the shot. Now Deeks outside in, a shot, and a save made. I think it was actually blocked there by Slachetka. Strojahan had it at the side of the net, and now Columbus battling away at it. Strojahan checked down there by Slachetka. He lost the puck, and Lane King will find it now. Parker Mosko, you can just see his release. That is such a quick shot. Grade stumbles in his own end, but Ian White's able to cover him up there. Trying to get it out, right point, held in by the Wolves. Grade will now try along the near wall. That one knocked down by Jemayev to the middle. McDonald, his shot, good block by Strojahan. Williamson sends this one around. Lane King, what a glove to hold that one in, right point. Strojahan going in at him from the back check, trying to make him lose the puck. White gets it ahead. Here's Mosko, one-on-one with Slachetka. Mosko trying to deke around him, gets it back, shot from the left circle, and a pad save made by Colgan. And Mosko got dumped down, might have hit some dirty ice at the end of that play. Delayed offsides. River Dragons cannot get it as Mosko heads off to finish his shift. Graham was waiting outside the blue line. This one gets deflected, goes high over top, and Underwood, he just got run into there by Heitzner, and MJ Graham's going to fight him, and Graham puts him down with one punch. Graham and Heitzner were going at it. Graham swung 1-2 times, and that second one connected and buckled Heitzner, and the two fell down. And with 10:24 left to go in the first, Graham's also going to take the option and head into the locker room. Not sure if he's got an equipment issue or maybe he got cut there by Heitzner, but he'll head off to the room. 10:24 to go in the first. I guess this is a good enough time to update you on the penalty summary the last time we were talking about this sort of stuff. Hunter Bersani, remember, had the extra minor. That was for cross-checking. Then Edgar Zozelinch and Riley Robertson each got fights. Edgar Zozelinch picked up a 10-minute misconduct for continuing a fight. So that had him out for 15 minutes. So he'll be allowed to return. He'll actually be eligible with 45 seconds left in the first period plus a whistle. He's in the locker room right now cooling his jets. Riley Robertson only has 5 minutes. He's actually eligible to play right now. That would be his 5-minute plus whistle, this stoppage right here. However, he grabbed a towel on his way to the room. He might be getting repairs as well. And if we think MJ Graham might be as well, it's a busy locker room, both of them back there, as we're only about halfway through the first period of play. So Heitzner had run at Underwood behind the play. MJ Graham didn't like it. Immediately scrapped with him on a fight. Looks like we're still going to remain 5-on-5 out of this. Riley to take the draw against McKechnie. Riley will push off and able to win that one back to Vanelli. Vanelli gives it over to Schultz on the far circle. Schultz to Underwood. His stick got bothered. Couldn't handle that pass cleanly. Second effort, backhands it to the middle. Slachetka takes it. Left circle. He fires a shot. Whiffed on that. And then Underwood nailed Slachetka at the end of that, finishing his check. Vanelli chips this one up. Slachetka holds it in left point. First on it was Mann. Good stick right there by Jack Riley. Takes it away from him. Krupp gives it over to Schultz. Now up ahead for Underwood. Underwood, left wing side. He's in over the line. Backdoor pass, and Jake Krupp just needed to be 2 inches longer on that stick to be able to poke it into net. McKechnie plays this one from his own bench. Underwood gives him a check. Now those two talking about it as the puck goes into the Columbus end. Jake Schultz with it. Left wing corner. Sent around. Jake Krupp at the half wall. Gets away from Mafuz. The pass back to defense. Schultz rims around. It goes to Vanelli. Shot from the right circle. Save made Rutledge, and he will eventually glove it as Jemayev was looking for a tap-in, and we get immediate timeout. 9:29 left to go here in the first, and the River Dragons and Wolves are still scoreless here on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
The benefits of a Kinetic membership extend far beyond convenient banking solutions, competitive rates, and financial advice. Kinetic Credit Union focuses on the unique needs of our members while supporting and improving their lives. At Kinetic Credit Union, they recognize that your financial goals are unique. That's why we're offering the Smart Steps Financial Education Program, a personalized learning experience to help you plan around your individual financial situation and aspirations. Kinetic Credit Union.
Welcome back into the Columbus Civic Center. River Dragons and Wolves still scoreless. Say goodbye to auto repair bills. We all know your auto manufacturer's warranty only goes so far. So what happens when your warranty expires? When your engine or transmission fails, who pays for that? You do, unless you have Olive Mechanical Breakdown coverage. BBB A+ rated, Olive services the majority of auto brands sold in the U.S., including luxury brands like Mercedes and BMW. Here to save you money, Olive.com, the online leader in auto mechanical breakdown coverage. I'm Zach DeBozart, 9:29 left to go here in the first. And a face-off to the left of Rutledge. Watertown wins it. Quick shot is sticked away by Ruddy off the stick of Jemayev. Nolan has this one in the corner. Backhand, trying to get it out. McDonald gloves it down. Spinorama, pass to the side of the net. Jemayev tries to wrap it around far side. A great save by Rutledge going post to post and keeping that left pillow anchored there on that far post to keep it out, keep it scoreless. 9:14 left to go here in period one. Dragons and Wolves deadlocked. It's been a fun one. It's been a fun night already because of the Legends game. Remember, the Legends and Dragons both wearing their whiteout jerseys tonight. River Dragons will be wearing these on Sunday as well. And all those jerseys available on the Dash app, DASH, free on all Android and iOS devices. McDonald from the center point, backhands it to the right circle for Jemayev, pass to the high slot, nobody there in a blue jersey, and now Bersani gets it ahead to Doe. 3-on-2 if the River Dragons hustle. Petrantonio, though, could not keep himself onside as Doe lost the handle to delayed offsides. Columbus is able to touch up. Bersani, big hit laid onto him by Jemayev, and LaBelle is able to force it through bodies and get it to the neutral zone. White at the red line will chip that one into the corner. Colgan sticks it there for LaBelle behind the net. 8:36 left to go here in the first. Still looking for our first goal tonight. Good pass across. Hits Justin McDonald on the tape. McDonald 3-on-3 as he hits the line. Left circle. A pass across. That one too saucy for Troy Taylor. He'll chip it into the corner off the wall, and Jake Schultz will have it there first. Schultz eludes McDonald, who's trying to meet him behind the net. A good pass up ahead to Jagger Williamson. Right wing. He'll play it in, and Riley Robertson. He's back onto the ice. He turns it over. Right circle. Moskal back to Williamson. Backhand effort. Colgan looked behind him, and that one skittered away to the side of the net, far side. Robertson pins a man in the corner. We get a whistle and a penalty. Coming up here as a hooking signal is called by our referee down low. And it appears the Watertown penalty box will be filled with one Riley Robertson right back into the sin bin after he had served his 5 minutes and got himself patched up. Now he is guilty of a hooking infraction. And the River Dragons will head to their first Georgia Power play of the night. Dragons number 4 in the FPHL, 19.4% on the man advantage. Wolves, second place on the kill at 83.2%. Wolves are second best in the power play and second best on the kill. Of course, Dragons number 1 on the kill, so penalty kill and playing a man down. Both of these teams excel at it. Let's see what Columbus does with their first power play opportunity. There's a big 3-on-2 scrum in favor of Columbus directly behind the net of Colgan. Now Watertown tries to get this one out. It goes off the glass, and that one hit the netting and went out of play. And now we have to get the whistle. The time's still going. Referee blew his whistle, but nobody realized it because the crowd was getting so loud for the power play opportunity. 7:37 left to go in the first. 1:35 remaining in the Georgia Power power play. And the netting has actually come in front of the glass. It's tough to see from our angle, but they're looking at it. That netting has come unmoored from its mount that keeps it behind the glass to protect fans, and it's actually in front of the glass now, which, if you're talking about the 3D space of the ice rink, would make it that can't really play into that corner. I guess we're going to disregard that and just play on with it. They had called for Civic Center staff to it. Meanwhile, they added 4 seconds onto the clock, so 1:39 now left to go in the Georgia Power power play. Watertown wins a defensive zone draw. Justin Coachman can't get it out. Good hold by Vanelli, left point. Petrantonio to White, back to Vanelli, left point. He fakes the shot. Now goes D to White. Right circle with it to Doe, right on the dot. Back to the top for White. Vanelli couldn't pull the trigger at the left wing side. Now goes down to the corner for Petrantonio. Those two trade places. Petro, the right-handed shot, drops it back to White, center point. The Vanelli left wing circle. Looking for a shooting lane, nothing there. Now Vanelli walks it, fires. Big block by McKechnie. That one stung him a little bit. Vanelli left circle, he shoots. And a blocker save made by Colgan. Bersani tied up here with Coachman. Petrantonio trying to vulture it out. Doe is tied up with a man. It's a 3-on-2 battle over the right shoulder of Colgan. Petrantonio works it out, tries to play it to the middle off the side of the net. LaBelle was able to find it there. Rims it around the wall. White holds in at the right point to Petrantonio. Top of the circles, down to the bottom for Doe. Doe in the corner to Petrantonio at the dot. He gets hit, lost the puck for a moment, raced after it. McKechnie chasing after him, can't get it out. Center point held by Vanelli. 35 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. White to Vanelli, one-timer and a pad save by Colgan. Bersani trying to go circle to circle. Now one inadvertently blocked by Doe. Found in the slot by McDonald, who dumps it on net on Rutledge, and he will slow it up and give it to Vanelli. 20 seconds left in this Georgia power play. Great effort, a lot of possession. The Blue Liners doing a lot of work, holding that puck in for extended time. However, Columbus only managed about 2 shots on that, and Colgan stopped them both. Nolan, just in front of his own bench, up ahead to Underwood. Now drops back for Riley. Riley had to deal with the stick. Grade, nice holding at the center point. Grade, left circle. He shoots, and a glove save made there by Colgan with Krupp offering the screen. And Robertson is fresh out of the box just off of that. 0 for 1 on the Georgia power play tonight. Start the game for the Dragons. 5:59 left to go here in period 1. And a face-off coming to the left of Colgan. Riley gets ready to take this draw against McKechnie. Again, that stat we provided for you. We found out McKechnie and McDonald, they are pretty much your lone face-off takers for Watertown. Great, a backhand trying to flip it deeper into the zone. Chamelka blocked that one. Mafouz getting it to the middle. Knocked away by Underwood. Right back for Mafouz. And McKechnie slows this one up with the skate to the middle, and Grade paws that one away. Far side, can't get it out. McKechnie, good hand-eye at the right point. This one rims around, goes to Mafouz in the left wing corner. Now behind the net for Chamelka. Chamelka up the wall, right point King, left point Slachetka. That one had gotten out, and the linesman's got a delayed offsides. Watertown has to touch up as Rutledge made the save. Grade, long pass ahead, interrupted by Mafouz. He couldn't connect with Krupp there. Slachetka run into by Bersani as he takes a hit to make a play. Now Mafouz fires a shot. That one just wide of the blocker hand. Mafouz, left wing corner, underneath the goal line, rims around to the far side. King pushed there by Brad Nolan. Lane King to the high slot. Slachetka looks, fires, and that one might have gotten blocked by Jagger Williamson as it went well wide. Mafouz, backhand, trying to get this one ahead. Storjahan had a chance at a breakaway there, but it just exploded off of his stick, went too far out, and Watertown was in the middle of a change, was able to get it and dump it back in. White sends it around. Williamson, Storjahan, from the red line, backhands that one in. A dribbler that will be found by Colgan. He'll cover it up, take the whistle, and we'll get another immediate timeout. 4:42 left to go here in the first. Dragons and Wolves still scoreless on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. 4:42 left to go in the first. Dragons and Wolves currently scoreless. Follow the team on social media, _River Dragons, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as on the YouTube channel where you're watching us here. Give us a subscribe, like the video if you would, and stay up to date with everything going on with the team. _River Dragons, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as Columbus River Dragons on YouTube. Moscow won the offensive zone draw. Williamson tried to put that down into the corner. Wolves get to it first. And now Heitzner over for Jemayeff ahead. McDonald on a breakaway. McDonald all alone. Great blocker save made by Rutledge. Reached out to his right, denied him, and the rebound cleared down, and it's on net. Colgan has to stick it, so the Wolves still play it, and Columbus gets a change behind this. Now here's Jemayeff, left wing side. 3-on-2 as he hits the line. Run into there. Great back check by Jagger. This one gets sent around by Schultz, held in at the right point by McDonald, covering. Schultz reached, lost it in the corner. Heitzner with a chance at it, and he's blocked away by Ian White. White gives it to Schultz, off the wall, near side. Williamson gets out of his own end. Now up ahead here for Doe. Doe drops it for Moskal, trying to go back for Doe, and Troy Taylor, good stick in the lane there, intercepts that pass. 3:50 left to go here in period one. Dragons and Wolves still scoreless. LaBelle to Heitzner, left wing circle, winds up a slap shot, and that's wide off the backboards. And Nolan tries to get it out, flips it a long way. It's on net. Colgan will have to stick this one too as he pushes it over to LaBelle. LaBelle does a little lap around his own net to give himself some more time. Now played up into the neutral zone. Harrison couldn't get the handle on it. Nolan just dumped it in front of the Watertown bench. Wolves still have it again. It's played into the Columbus zone. Vanelli from behind the net, picked out of the air by Doe. He waited for a lane to develop, got it now rink wide to Petrantonio. He drops it down to Nolan, and now Nolan puts it into neutral ice. Bersani gets a touch to negate icing. 3 minutes even left to go here in the first. Dragons and Wolves, they are still scoreless. Big hit behind the play as Bersani lined up Coachman, but he got a pass ahead to Harrison. He lost it. Underwood takes it off of him, and then Underwood gets stood up by Robertson there at the blue line. Coachman, he'll chip that one over to the near side wing. Grades first on it, gains the red, tries to flip it in, knocked down by Coachman. Now Underwood, Underwood tried to shoot that one in and right into the linesman, and he is down. Well, the linesman's position is one of the most dangerous in hockey. Just trying to get out of the way while being in position. Underwood trying to just dump it in off the glass, caught the linesman right up high. And he is down, and everybody went and called over for a trainer immediately. Oh, and you know Kirk Underwood feels sick to his stomach because no way you ever mean to do that. Just trying to dump it in as part of the timing rush, and just a wrong place, wrong time to the extreme. And Marcinek, well, the linesman tonight, picks himself up. Marcinek will head off to the room. Now all 3 locker rooms have needed some repair work. Columbus, Watertown, and the officials. Sullivan now the lone linesman out there, and Cole and Dlowy are our referees. And man, that is not a good feeling to have for anybody at ice level. He was leaking down there. They've got the scraper out, and they're doing some work. Clean up some blood off the ice. Oh, man. That one was tough. 2:38 left to go in the first. Listen, they talk about hockey players being tough. Officials, referees, and linesmen, they got to be tough in all sorts of different ways. the physical aspect of keeping up with these athletes and dodging out of everything. Pucks, hits, you name it. And, of course, goes with the mental side as well, as the Columbus faithful always like to give a round of boos just as they come out, all in good fun, of course. But here, everyone's keeping Marcinick in their thoughts and prayers as he's being attended to, and we hope we're able to see him before the conclusion of this game. I think that puck caught him right on the jaw. He was holding a towel to his face, and there was quite a bit of blood that was scraped up, but it was quickly dealt with, and we'll be good to go. The referees and one linesman now having a conference on how the officiating system will go. And man, if there was ever a guy who could tell you about what's going to happen now, it's Scott Brand. But usually in this sort of situation, which you see a lot in upper level high school play, 2 referees, 1 linesman, the referees will be now equally as responsible with the linesman regarding icing and on offsides, especially when the play's leading up and the linesman can't get to it. So it really turns the referee's eyes into a little bit more of linesman type duties. But linesman Sullivan will be dropping the remainder of pucks until Marcinick can, we hope, get out of the locker room soon. Back underway, McKechnie fires a shot, and Grade has that one ramp up off of his stick and go into the netting and out of play. 2:28 left to go here in the first. Still no score. Dragons leading in shots right now, 13-9 on the Heckler & Koch shot counter. Heckler & Koch, no compromise. Face off to the right of Rutledge. McKechnie ends up winning it after a scrum battle with Riley. Slachetka's shot deflected off a low stick, say the officials. McKechnie's got it in the corner, but White's hounding him. Good strength right there by White. Moves McKechnie out of his lane so he can get to that puck. Michael Mann, though, is able to cut it off. He's got it left wing circle. He's bodied up by Riley. Now a play to the right point, and overskating it there for a moment was Lane King, as that was almost disastrous for the Wolves. King recovers back. He's in over the line 3-on-3, but Underwood, heck of a back check, disrupting him with the stick. Underwood with this in the far corner. Now Ian White will take it from behind the net. Near side circle. This one flipped out to center. Slachetka takes a hit there from Underwood, but gets a pass connected to Mafuz. Mafuz gets it all the way back into his own end. 1:40 left to go here in the first. Dragons and Wolves still scoreless. Jemayev up ahead, and Storjahan got a hook into him, knocked him down. The penalty is going to come up as that shot goes up off a stick into the netting and out of play. And one of the newest River Dragons will sit for his first 2 minutes, Alex Storjahan. 1.5 left to go here in the first, so the River Dragons will hope to kill off the remainder of this period and deal with the last 30 seconds when they get back out of the ice for the Wild Animal Safari second period. A face-off looks like it'll come to the left of Rutledge. And now the Wolves will point it to the right side. And a change of heart. 2 minutes, tripping the call. Storjahan sits. Petrantonio checks, makes sure his netminder's ready, and he gets ready to take this draw against his opposite captain, McDonald. McDonald wins that one. A bouncer to Mafuz. Settles it. D-to-D pass. Now McDonald at center point. Nearly got bothered with Petrantonio, and he knocks McDonald down just as he makes a pass. Jemayev from behind the net had this one hop over a stick. 1:17 left to go here in the first. Jemayev tied up here with White. Those two drop down to a knee. Nolan's bothered by Lane King. White trying to get it out of the scrum. Knocked down by Jemayev. Nolan then puts it onto the dot. Doe, nice hold-up play, allows Ian White to get to that puck and shoot it down the length of the ice with 1 minute left to go here in the Sun South John Deere first period. Taylor, near side circle. Walks this one up. Now on the drop pass to McDonald at his own blue line. 50 seconds left in the period. McDonald 4-on-4. Not a lot of speed. He comes in over the line. Left wing circle. Lane King with it now. King, Petrantonio blocking the pass to the point. McDonald gets the circle to circle. Kicked it to his stick but couldn't direct it towards goal. This one gets sent around. Jake Schultz finds it far corner and a cross ice dump for the full 200 feet. 30 seconds left to go here in the first. Long pass from Colgan, touched by King into the path of McDonald. His shot, and that one shrugged off by Rutledge. Might have caught him at the side of the mask. Held in right point by Taylor. White has it. Knocks it ahead to Williamson. Now here's Moskal with some open space. 2-on-2 for the Dragons. Late in the period, shorthanded. Moskal, spinorama play on the backhand. Couldn't make a pass. He'll just dump it down to his own end. With 10 seconds left to go in the period, that should kill off the remainder of it. Vanelli gets to it first. McDonald nearly disrupts him for the puck. Vanelli just has to dump this one out, but Heitzner got in the way. Williamson helps it get out to the neutral zone, and that'll do it for the first 20 minutes of play. No goals, a lot of excitement, and a new banner up here in the Columbus Civic Center. We'll talk all about it on the John Emerald Distilling First Intermission Report, which starts up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo Zip-In. Our first store was in Leesburg, Georgia, and followed quickly by our second store in the Columbus, Phoenix City area in 2000. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We're proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier, that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress. Your Beam. Your way.
It's River Dragon season, and it's time to get out to a game. Visit Ticketmaster or the Civic Center box office to purchase tickets to the next game or any game left this season. Visit rdragons.com to check the schedule and stay up to date with everything River Dragons hockey. The defending Ignite Cup champions are looking to keep their winning ways, and you can be part of the best atmosphere in the FPHL to help make it happen. Purchase tickets online on Ticketmaster or skip the fees and visit the Columbus Civic Center box office during normal business hours. Get up and get loud, Columbus. The River Dragons are ready to roar.
Welcome back into the Harvey Lumber Press Box here at the Columbus Civic Center. I'm Zach DeBozart. Mike Cosentino made his way up here before we talk about that first period. Mike, you and a number of other players who weren't playing here today were part of a big Whiteout Weekend giveaway. Go ahead, tell everyone where you were.
Yeah, so we were downstairs. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that before. I don't know what's wrong with your microphone, Mike. I apologize for that. Something is up with Mike's microphone. So no, because I cannot hear you in my headset either. I guess we'll go ahead and figure out what's going on with that. I guess I'll just tell everyone about the period, Mike, and I guess you'll have to nod along. Oh, man, this thing's going wrong all over the place, unfortunately. Well, no score in that first 20 minutes of play. Not a lot to tell you about. A couple of penalties each way, but the energy on the ice is much different than what we saw in the first 20 minutes of last night's game. Obviously, the River Dragons got off to a better start. Those first 3 minutes, 2 Austin Doe goals on Friday. Here, no goals to tell you about, but we've had a couple of scraps, guys going at each other. Edgars Ozelinch picked up that fight, and he had a continuing a fight misconduct. He'll be available to play in the second period, but took himself out for pretty much the entirety of that first period of play. Forced Jerome Bichard to mess around with some of his D pairings, and they did a phenomenal job. In fact, they are actually leading the Watertown Wolves in shots right now by a tally of 13-11. So the defense doing its part. Jared Rutledge has been phenomenal on the back end, and right now the River Dragons are in the middle of their second Houston Clinic penalty kill of the game. Storjahan has 30 seconds left in a tripping minor, and once he is free, and the River Dragons get back to some 5-on-5 play and figure out how it might work. Now, let's go ahead and take a break. We're going to take this a little early here, guys. We're going to try and sort out Mike's mic, obviously, as some technical difficulties, but don't worry. We'll come back after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Chattahooche's favorite place for spirits in the valley is John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika. Conveniently located in beautiful downtown Opelika, they're open Monday through Saturday for tours, tasting, and bottle sales. Not in Opelika? No problem. From Birmingham to Columbus, there's plenty of places where John Emerald originals are sold. Check out some of their favorite recipes at johnemeralddistilling.com and give them a follow on social media at JED Spirits on Twitter and Instagram.
Dressing for success is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with Wade Cleaners. Drop off your garment at any one of their 5 convenient branches or call their valet manager to pick them up. Go do something fun, walk your dog, eat a hot fudge sundae, or go to a movie. Leave the dirty laundry to them. Pick up your professionally cleaned garments or have them delivered at no additional charge to your home or office. Yes, you too can dress for success with Wade Cleaners. Oh, and don't forget the little people as you move up in the world.
Who wants a copy when you can own the real thing? At Heckler & Koch, the foundation for everything we do is an unswerving commitment to excellence. Shooters of Columbus at 4445 Milton Road is your local area premium stocking dealer for all your favorite Heckler & Koch products. They also have an indoor range with rentals available, from rifles and pistols to ammo and holsters. There's no better choice in the firearm business than Heckler & Koch.
Looking to update that hockey game day wardrobe? The best place to do that is to visit the online home for all River Dragons licensed apparel, OurDragonsMerch.com. With new designs coming out all the time and special promotional and sale offers always live, there's always a reason to check back to the site and score some new gear. Plus, lots of fun souvenirs and other knickknacks that make great gifts for all sorts of occasions. So get there to OurDragonsMerch.com, the official store for all team licensed apparel. That's OurDragonsMerch.com.
Welcome back into the Columbus Civic Center. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Cosentino. Hold our breath.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, there we go. We were able to figure out whatever went wrong in that first segment. We apologize for that. That camera angle has not been doing the best for us so far. We're going to push through. We're all professionals. We're having some fun. It's been a fun building here so far tonight, Mike. Obviously a huge crowd, which you know something about. And now that you got a working mic, tell us what was going on in that first period from your perspective.
Absolutely. It's been a great atmosphere at the Civic Center tonight. It's the white out night, as you can see, by all the white T-shirts and jerseys. And, yeah, we were just some of the guys who were scratched tonight. We're handing out free whiteout T-shirts to all the fans as they came in the building. And I have to say, everybody's really excited to be here. It's one heck of an atmosphere.
Yeah, it's been huge. You can see the guys, they're feeding off that energy, too. While there's been no goals in the game, again, I know you didn't see it, but we mentioned it, Edgar Zoslin, and he was taking on all comers in a Watertown jersey at some point, about 4 minutes, 15 seconds into that first period of play. There was a cross-checking penalty against Bersani, and then all sorts of you-know-what was breaking loose, and Ozelinch was just going from Watertown player to Watertown player, trying to drop him, trying to fight him. Linesman eventually calmed him down. He did earn a 5-minute major for fighting and a 10-minute misconduct for continuing a fight. Those 15 minutes at the 15:45 mark mean he is eligible and can play for Jerome Bichard in the second period. Riley Robertson was his first combatant, and he only sat for 5, but then he had to head off for some repairs. MJ Graham and Kyle Heitzner got into a fight. We thought Graham might have gotten nicked a little bit because he went into the locker room despite being a clear advantage at the end of that fight. And then one of our linesmen, Dan Marcinek, took an unfortunate puck right up into the face, either on the jaw or right on the chiclets as he went down. And, you know, we hope the best for him. Hope he can come back into this game because right now we're operating under a 2-referee, 1-linesman system. That's about all you missed, Mike. No goals, but, man, there's been a lot.
Yeah, the Ozelinch fight I kind of saw coming. I mean, Ozelinch wanted to fight yesterday. just to back up Bersani. It's, classic hockey play. Somebody gets hit, maybe cheap shotted, and, one of your bigger, tougher guys steps up and tries to defend him. And I think that's just what Ozenlich was trying to do here tonight. So, nothing unexpected so far for me.
Time to take a look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's, the official fuel provider of the Columbus River Dragons. We had a game start at 6:05 in the FPHL, so we're actually, I think, just about done with it. Carolina was hosting Port Huron. This was the rubber match in that series, as Carolina had won on St. Patrick's Day, but Port Huron spoiled the jersey retirement ceremony of Jay Kenny. That happened yesterday and allowed Port Huron to get an X by their name to clinch a spot in the playoffs. Well, we would be done with the game if we weren't tied. 2-2, a minute into overtime right now in Winston-Salem. Matt Graham broke the 1-1 deadlock. 2-1, his goal made it at 5:36. Then Dawson Baker at the 10:47 mark of the third tied it back up 2-2. That's all she wrote in terms of scoring. They're in the early stages of 3-on-3 overtime. We'll see if we get a winner or if they head to the skills competition. Christian Alvegran and Torrey McLean got into a fight, as did Dustin Henning and Tommy Cardinal. It's been a two-fight night and 2 goals apiece through 60-plus minutes of play in Winston-Salem. Over in the Northeast, Division's Veterans Memorial Arena, Binghamton Black Bears hosting the Danbury Hat-Tricks. This time it's the Black Bears jumping out to a big lead. They're up 4-1 on Danbury. About 3 minutes left to go in the second period there. Binghamton's got their goals through Tyson Kirkby and Tyler Jurich. John McDonald got one back for Danbury on the power play, but then Jurich again and Emil Strom late in the second period has Binghamton up 4-1. Again, Danbury Hat-Tricks watching closely on what the River Dragons do with those two teams separated by .008 on the standings. That is not much, and with the River Dragons playing less games, their number's a little more volatile. They could catch Danbury strictly by matching what they do. It's going to make for an interesting race down the stretch, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we will catch them, to be completely honest. That might be a little bit of bias, but I think we're just kind of gelling as a team at the right time.
That's your look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions. Quick look in the SPHL at the Southern Hockey scoreboard. We've got overtime, and in fact, we're 5 seconds from a shootout. Birmingham and Fayetteville, they are tied 4-4, and they are going to head into a shootout there at the Crown Coliseum. Roanoke up 2-1 over Macon with 1:07 left to go in the second period. Evansville, newly clinched spot thanks to results yesterday. They are the 7th team to clinch their spot in the SPHL playoffs, and they are celebrating with a 1-0 lead over the Quad City Storm, 1.5 to go in the first. Huntsville up 2-0 at home over the Peoria Rivermen, 7:48 to go in period 1. And they just finished the first over in Danville, Illinois, Pensacola 2, Vermilion County 1. That's your look at the Southern Hockey scoreboard. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll cross our fingers and test our luck even more, because we'll be right back on camera, and we'll see our shining faces, and we'll tell you about what to expect in the Wild Animal Safari second period after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Gulf Eagle Supply specializes in servicing the professional roofing contractor and also provides a variety of products and services to the homeowner, building owner, architect, and general contractor. Our goal to the contractor is not only to provide competitive material pricing, but also to help them build their business and assist in their success. We do this with knowledgeable sales personnel and through our core values. As we say, Gulf Eagle, we got a solution for that. Call us today at 706-550-1555. Gulf Eagle Supply.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier, that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress. Your Beam. Your way.
At Texas Roadhouse, we're famous for our hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, ice-cold beer, and our irresistible fresh-baked bread. We take great care in everything we prepare, served with big smiles at a great value. Visit us at 2970 North Lake Parkway in Columbus or call ahead seating at 706-323-6616. Curbside takeout available too. We're proud to be your hometown favorite and are always focused on providing legendary food and legendary service. Texas Roadhouse.
Welcome back in. Here we are in the Harvey Lumber Press Box once again at the Columbus Civic Center. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Costantino. No score through the first 20 minutes of play as the River Dragons get ready for the Wild Animal Safari second period. Mike, kind of gotten a bird's eye view of the period so far. Obviously see the River Dragons leading in shots, 13-11. That's an exciting facet. What do they got to do to keep that momentum, keep up that offensive pressure that we saw in the first period?
I think it just comes down to consistency. We have to have a little bit better discipline than we had yesterday, both with penalties and just with the way that we play. I think if we come out and just make simple plays, get the puck out of the zone, focus on one play at a time, I think we'll be fine.
And I know you were in part of the T-shirt handing out mode up at the very front, but obviously we look over to our right over there off camera, but a new banner up here in the Civic Center for the Amos family, Wanda and Shelby, who had owned the Cottonmouths for 17 years. It's a great ceremony. We saw Jerome getting a little emotional down there at ice level. You can just tell how much it meant to him and how much it meant to these people. I mean, there's just a different energy in the building. You got to play off that.
100%. I mean, it's really tough to explain to people how much Columbus loves their hockey until you come down here and you see how much they love their hockey. I mean, you know, Coach Bouchard, he's so emotional with it, and, you know, he gets emotional in the locker room all the time, and that's just what this city is. People really love their hockey. It's theirs, and they love it, and it's really something you have to come experience.
This was a lot of fun, but now we got to look ahead to the next two periods of play. We still got a scoreless game and 3 big points on the line. We're going to take a break. That's going to conclude tonight's John Emerald Distilling First Intermission Report. When we come back, Call of the Wild Animal Safari second period next on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
The Chattahooch's favorite place for spirits in the valley is John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika. Conveniently located in beautiful downtown Opelika, they're open Monday through Saturday for tours, tasting, and bottle sales. Not in Opelika? No problem. From Birmingham to Columbus, there's plenty of places where John Emerald originals are sold. Check out some of their favorite recipes at johnemeralddistilling.com and give them a follow on social media at JED Spirits on Twitter and Instagram.
At the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
Oral and maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
Before you know it, the weather will get warmer and baseball will be right around the corner. So book your summer weekends early by purchasing a Flight Club membership with the Columbus Chattahoots. Flight Club members receive tickets to every home game at Golden Park as the Hoots try and go back to the Championship Series in 2022. Plus, more awesome perks for all of our members. Visit GoHoots.com to get started on securing your membership for the 2022 Sun Belt Baseball League season, or call the offices at 706-507-4625.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. River Dragons and Wolves due out in just a couple of seconds as the Zamboni makes its way off the ice down in the zone to our left. River Dragons, they are dressed in the white outlook, all white everything, white helmets, jerseys, shells, and pants, teal Sea Dragon logo on the chest, teal numbers, and teal striping. They'll go right to left across your radio dial in this Wild Animal Safari second period. As look at this, we've got 4 striped shirts out there, and there's some boos, but there's also some cheers out there. Though I think this is actually a backup official, to be honest with you. That's number 96, not number 14. So Look at the identity of him in just a moment. But the River Dragons right to left across your radio dial. Jared Rutledge, 11 saves on 11 shots. Over to our left, Brendan Colgan, and the Wolves in their more traditional home blues. Blue helmets, silver shoulders with blue numbers, silver numbers on the back of the jersey. They go left to right across your radio dial. 30 seconds still remain, and Storjahan's minor penalty. That's for tripping. And the River Dragons, they're on their second Houston Clinic penalty kill of the night with that. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Costantino. Mike, period of the long change. We always talk about it. It's an important one, especially in a 0-0 hockey game.
Yeah, absolutely. I really do believe that the second period in hockey is sometimes the most important period, just because I kind of look at it as the forgotten period. I think people always worry about the first and the third as the start and the finish, but so much goes on in the second period that can set the tone for that finish. So big 30-second kill here coming up for the Dragons.
Teams are lined up, ready to go. Storjahan's in the penalty box, hoping to serve out his final 30 seconds.
Coach Bouchard going with a pretty aggressive offensive penalty kill here with Jagger Williamson and Parker Moskal here.
Moskal gets ready to take this draw. Looks like he'll be doing it opposite Justin McDonald. Mike, a stat we said on the broadcast, McDonald and McKechnie took 48 of the 55 draws in last night's game. They are the designated face-off men for Watertown, and McDonald wins another one to start the Wild Animal Safari second period. Wildlife Outdoor Exhibits. Go see our friends up in Pine Mountain, Georgia. Someone's getting slobbered on. Ahmad Mahfouz, left wing side, dumps this in. It rims around to the near side. Jake Schultz tries to chip it out. He hits Jamaev with it, right wing circle. Schultz bodies him up, finds the puck, and is able to get that out from a couple of Wolves. Down the ice it goes. 6 seconds left as Storjahan stands up in the box.
Great clear there by Schultz. Way to get it out, and that should do it for this penalty.
Storjahan a free man, 2 for 2. On Houston Clinic penalty kill tonight are the Dragons. McDonald's shot gets blocked by Vanelli. Picking it up there is Harrison. He eludes Storjahan, who finishes his check. Right wing corner. That one takes an odd bounce. Columbus ready for it, though, as Moskal flips it down ice, and it'll be collected by Troy Taylor in his own end. 19:10 left to go here in the second period. Pass to an open right wing. That misses Harrison, and Schultz wins the race to the hash marks. So icing against the Wolves. They will not be able to change. Robertson heads back, and a more tired, it looks like Troy Taylor is out there.
Yeah, Lane King's been out there since the start of the period, too. That's a tired unit for Watertown up against our number one unit.
So we're told the backup official, the on-call official being utilized today, Corey Fossa, is now on the lines wearing number 96. We obviously hope the best for Marcinick as he took that puck up high into the jaw, cheek, mouth area at the end of that first period. Wolves get it out of their own zone. Harrison from the red line will chip that one into the left wing corner. Ozelinch trying to hold him up. Ozelinch did a good job holding him up, and Harrison lost his stick. Now look out, Doe. He did not handle that one cleanly. It was a chance for Chemelka, and Ozelinch finishes his check there in the corner. DiCostanzo trying to work this one out. Robertson's waiting at the hash marks. He finds it. Pass to the middle. Harrison falling down, and that one kicked away by Rutledge. Petrantonio skates that one out right wing side. Chips it over the head of Robertson. Good touch there, not for icing, and Bersani tied up with Robertson as DiCostanzo fishes it out of feet.
That's a great dump by Petrantonio. It's called dumping with a purpose. You put the puck into the corner where the goalie can't get it. It makes it a tough play for the day.
Chemelka, near side circle. Sends that one to center. Krupp has that go off of his feet. Falls for DiCostanzo. Just in on sides. Mahfouz with it. Right wing circle. Mahfouz in the corner. Hits the kick plate. Weird. Goes off the side of the net to the slot. Riley can't get it out. Mahfouz shot. And that one poked away by Rutledge. We get a whistle. And too many men on the ice just got called. I think it's against Watertown.
It is.
The back linesman. And actually, I think that's Fossa, the replacement linesman in this, was the one who caught it. And we're going to come down into the Watertown end for this draw. So this is too many men on the ice against the Wolves. 17:55 to go here in the second. And the Dragons will head to their second Georgia Power play of the night. Drawing the short straw and making his way across, Brendan Hussey.
Yeah, it's a tough penalty to take. It kind of sucks the momentum out of your team because it's a very avoidable penalty, but huge opportunity here for Columbus.
Williamson against McDonald on this draw. Williamson wins that one clean. Almost splits defense. Vanelli holds it in. McKechnie lost his stick, able to retrieve it. Grade's got it at the left point. Now to Storjahan, bottom of the circles. Back for Grade. Grade D to D over for Vanelli. Vanelli right point to the right circle for Moskal. Moskal shoots, and that one blocked there by Coachman, and he gets it out past Grade at the right point. All the way down ice it goes, 20 seconds gone in the power play.
Yeah, Watertown's penalty kill is a very aggressive one. They kind of let you get set up in the zone, but once you get set up, they're very, very aggressive, especially out at the point. So you just have to move the puck a little bit quicker.
Coachman from his own blue line shot it down, and Rutledge was staring down McDonald, dropped it back for Grade, and now Nolan has it behind his own net. River Dragons going right to left across your radio dials in the all-white jerseys. Brad Nolan from the red line trying to chip that one in. McDonald, good hand-eye, knocks that one into the Columbus end, and Rutledge all the way out at the slot will play that one to the neutral zone. McDonald had his stick lifted by Moskal, stayed with it. White puts a hip check onto him as the captain for Watertown will dump it in. And there's under a minute to go in this Georgia power play.
Here's the first unit out here with Austin Doe, Petrantonio, and Hunter Bersani.
Quick handoff. Here's Parker Moskal, left wing, gets it over to the right wing circle, and Doe couldn't kick it to a stick. Pass was too hard. Now to Chamelka at the half wall. He's able to chip that out to center. Moskal will find it here at the red line. He'll spin it back, and now he'll just drop it there for Ian White to quarterback the power play. Moskal and White, a little give and go in the neutral zone. Out of Petrantonio, left wing, he's in over the line. Doe trying to crash the net. That one filtered through a couple of bodies. Nobody could grab it. Pops up in the air. Chamelka finds it and dumps it the length of the ice with 20 seconds remaining in this Georgia power play.
Just a really good penalty kill by Watertown. They're really not letting us enter the zone, and when we do enter it, they're just getting the puck out very quickly.
Ian White gets that one off of Petrantonio. It's in his skates. Mafuz finds it first and sends it into the zone again. Rutledge will backhand chip that. And Columbus trying to get out of their own end here as the penalty will expire that Hussey was serving for too many men on the ice. 0 for 2 on the Georgia power play. Krupp to Doe. His shot. That one blocked there by Coachman at the left wing circle. Slachetka has it from behind his own net, moving it to the far wing. And now Jamaev puts it into the path of Hussey, fresh out of the penalty box. Knocked off of him by Underwood. Krupp will backhand that one into the zone. Columbus finishing up a change to reset their lines. Right point. That one held in by Grade. Riley with it in the corner. Riley to Underwood. Dummy runs. Lets that go by him, but Coachman's on it first. Weird hop off the kick plate. Watertown's ready for it as it went into the slot. And now McDonald leads a 3-on-2 charge for the Wolves. Good stick right there by Ozelinch. Broke up that pass, but it's still in the zone for the Wolves. McDonald with it at the left point. Over to the right circle, Jamaev. Jamaev back to the left circle. McDonald walks it, fires. Glove save made by Rutledge. Rebound goes over to the near side. Underwood trying to chip it out. It's off the body of Jamaev. And over skating it there is Kirk Underwood. Krupp puts a hit on the Jamaev, forcing that puck to go back into the Watertown end.
It's a long shift for this Krupp line here.
Troy Taylor, he takes a hit to go blue line to blue line with it. Ozelinch returns it back to that blue line weakly, and Slachetka had eventually found him. Grade dumps it in. He heads off for a change as Taylor will have it behind his own net. 14:38 left to go here in the second. Dragons and Wolves still scoreless. Left wing circle with it. Chamelka tried to spin it back. He dove back for that puck and just able to get enough on it to prevent a rush. Now here's Jagger Williamson. He fires a shot. That one wide off the backboards. Colgan had dived back for it. He whiffed on it, but the Watertown defense able to bail him out. Lane King, big hit lined up there by Jagger Williamson. Keeps that puck in the zone. DiCostanzo from behind the net. Harrison chips that one around Schultz, and Moskal will have it back at the Columbus blue line. Williamson,
as skilled of a player as Jagger Williamson is, that was a very, very physical play.
Williamson drops it back, and Chamelka lined him up for a hit in retaliation. Moskal shoots that in from just outside the blue. Now he heads off for a change as Colgan paddles it to his defense. Long pass up ahead from Mafuz. Great stick. Jake Schultz forces him to go in the corner, and we get a penalty as Mann gets run into the net. And I think Petrantonio helped him get in there. Arm went up. We'll tell you about the penalty after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
What's a copy when you can own the real thing? At Heckler & Koch, the foundation for everything we do is an unswerving commitment to excellence. Shooters of Columbus at 4445 Milton Road is your local area premium stocking dealer for all your favorite Heckler & Koch products. They also have an indoor range with rentals available, from rifles and pistols to ammo and holsters. There's no better choice in the firearm business than Heckler & Koch.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. 13:46 left to go in the second. Dragons and Wolves scoreless. Petrantonio, 2 minutes for cross-checking. And it'll be the third Houston Clinic penalty kill of the day. Houston Clinic helping the River Dragons get back to full strength. Mike, you and I were talking a little bit off the air. What did you see on that play?
I really didn't see the actual call itself. What my hockey knowledge would tell me is I think that Petro Antonio might have thought that the guy going backdoor was going to tap the puck in on a backdoor play, and he thought it was just kind of I must bring this guy down type play. So big chance for Watertown here.
Taylor holds it in at the right point. Watertown power play starts up with zone time. Jemayev to the right wing circle for King. Back up to the top for Taylor. Taylor handles it, blue line pass. Mafuz has it left point. Over to the right wing circle for McDonald. He turns and shoots, and a blocker save made by Rutledge, and Bersani gets on the end of that to shoot at the length of the ice. 25 seconds already gone in the Houston Clinic penalty kill. From behind his own net, it's Taylor. Taylor to Mafuz, and now off the wall. McDonald will have it left wing in the neutral zone. He comes in over the line, a backhand off the glass. Nolan trying to tie him up as he puts him into the wall. Jemayev with it on the far circle. Pass up the wall to Mafuz, left point. D to D over to Taylor. Taylor looking for that pass in the middle. Chance, they score. Alexander Jemayev. Nolan got a stick to it, but he didn't get enough of it as Jemayev was able to reach back. And a clean look at goal. Rutledge might have gotten a piece. He didn't get enough. And a power play goal for the Wolves breaks the deadlock. It's 1-0.
Yeah, that's a tough play for a goalie. Puck gets shot from the point. I think Nolan did get a piece of it with his stick, and then it kind of just skipped right onto a platter for Jemayev, and he put it in. 1-0.
Alexander Jemayev, goals at back-to-back games for him now. And he has 37 on the season. 1-0 Wolves in front. Back to 5-on-5 play, and a center ice drop goes the way of the Dragons. Moskal will shoot that in from the red line. Storjahan lets it go by him. Oh, a chance for Williamson. He rings the outside of the net. Slichetka rims this around. That one hits the kick plate awkwardly. Right circle. Moskal trying to drop it down deeper for Storjahan. And it'll be taken away by the Wolves. Here's McKechnie up ahead. Williamson in defensive positioning. A backhand effort by McKechnie. That one shrugged off by Rutledge. Vanelli sends this one around the wall. Slichetka holds in. Big hit by Vanelli as Slichetka had to pinch in to hold that play, and Vanelli made him pay the price. Behind the net, chance in front as DiCostanzo tried to set up McKechnie. Slichetka's shot. What a sliding block right there by Storjahan. Hey, that's a way to endear yourself as the new guy in the room. Sell out for a shot block like that, Mike.
Absolutely. That's a big shot block because that puck was from the high slot, which could have been a very dangerous area if it got through.
For those of you keeping score with us at home, 7:05 mark of the Wild Animal Safari second period. Alexander Jemayev from Justin McDonald. Power play goal breaks the deadlock, 1-0. And the Wolves 1 for 3 on their power play means the Dragons 2 for 3 on the Houston Clinic penalty kill. Face off to the right of Rutledge. Riley will win that one, and Rutledge will have to cover it up as it goes right back to him. 12-12 left to go here in the second. We'll do it again to Rutledge's right. Riley won it. Slichetka held it in left point, then he turned it over. Look out, there's a 3-on-2 chance for the Dragons. Puck's in Krupp's feet. He's on sides with it. He's looking around for it, couldn't find it, and Lane King takes it away from him. Over on the far circle. This one held in nicely by Bersani. He's tied up. That's Riley, 19, not 15. He's tied up, but gets it into the corner for Underwood. Underwood sends it around to the far wing. Michael Mann first on it there, trying to chip it out. Underwood runs Mafuz into the wall. Was still in the zone for the Dragons for a moment, and now Grade will chip it off of a stick, and it will get out of play for a whistle. Raise the bar with the next generation of light beer. Flight by Yuengling is... Flight by Yuengling is easy drinking, clean, crisp, and refreshing. Flight is only 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, and 4.2 alcohol by volume. Sold wherever beer is sold. Flight by Yuengling, the official light beer partner of your Columbus River Dragons. Rosa Lynch will dump that one in from the red line, and Colgan slows it up side of the net. Rimmed around, far side, Hussey dealing with the pressure of Ian White. He'll give it back to Coachman. Petro Antonio puts him into the wall. On the near circle, Bersani runs into a man. Columbus doing a good job throwing the body, keeping this puck in, trying to set up some zone time and pressure for themselves, Mike.
I was just about to say that, Zach. Ever since that goal scored by Watertown a couple minutes ago, looks like we've gotten much more physical, which is leading to some good zone time as well.
DiCostanzo for Harrison. He'll chip that one into the zone for the Wolves. Harrison gets around Ozelinch, but White's first on it behind the net. Goes to the right wing circle for Robertson. Circle-to-circle pass. Harrison shot, and Rutledge was squared up to it clean. Swallows it up in the butterfly, and we'll get a whistle. 10:58 left to go here in the second.
Yeah, Watertown finally starting to take over the shot total as they were yesterday. I think the first half of this period kind of let them get to it, but plenty of time left here for us to take that lead back in shots.
Face-off coming to the right of Rutledge. It will be McDonald against Moskal. Moskal wins that one into the corner. Uh-oh, Vanelli overskated it, took his eye off the puck. McDonald tried to backhand, and he whiffed on it there. Right wing corner, McDonald plays it behind the net. Vanelli chasing after it. He'll get to it first. Heitzner trying to bother him for it. Heitzner was able to have it hit off his body, and he still holds it in. Now a backhand goes off of Jagger Williamson, and Williamson dangles the blue line and gets a good pass ahead to Moskal. 2-on-2 with Storjahan. Moskal drops it for him. Storjahan, right wing circle, didn't pull the trigger on the backhand. To Vanelli, right point. His shot, and that's blocked, but Vanelli's got it again. Right wing hash marks to the middle. Williamson, oh, a flutterer. That was a changeup on Colgan, but he was able to reach out and get it with the blocker. Had a chance towards goal, and now we get a whistle. And
the boards are out of place.
Yeah, I think something has happened there. A lot of people put their arms up. Something with the boards, potentially with the glass. That's the Zamboni entrance, so it's a unique set of boards there. And it looks like actually the door had just come loose. So play had stopped for that opening, and we'll get a face-off coming to the right of Colgan. 10:17 left to go in the second.
Yeah, I mean, what a chance that was for Jagger Williamson in front of the net. I mean, that's the guy who you want set up in front of the net for a one-timer, and it just puck hopped on him. If he got all of that, I think he might have scored it, but just a tough bounce there for the Dragons.
Still almost scored it with that changeup as Colgan had to reach out for an awkward blocker save.
Sometimes those changeups for the goalies are the toughest ones to stop.
Riley against McKechnie on the draw. They were looking to body up, and we'll wait and do it again. McKechnie wins it clean. Slachetka in the corner. Back for his centerman, and now Mafuz will put a long bomb out to the Columbus blue line, and Vanelli knocks it away. Off the board's far side, Krupp just out of the reach of Riley there. That would have been a good touch on that pass. Schultz kicks it into the zone. Ooh, it's a delayed offsides. Dragons cannot touch that puck. It'll be dumped down. Mann gets a touch in front of the red line. So no icing here as Rutledge comes out to play it. Mafuz rims this one around. Schultz with it from behind the net. Look out, he's turned over. Mafuz with it, playing it towards the middle. Good stick, reaching in. Kirk Underwood was able to knock that one away. Krupp gets it out to neutral ice. 9:40 left to go here in the second.
Yeah, it's a great play by Underwood there. This line's having a really good game again for Columbus.
Riley, right circle, walks in and fires, and that one just high over the blocker on Colgan. Vanelli holds in at the left point to Riley, left circle. He shoots a deflection that took the stick out of somebody's hand. It's loose at the side of the net, and it's a 2-on-2 battle. I think it's Lane Kings who's tying up this puck. It is. Nolan holds it in at the left point. King retrieves his stick back to a fully armored group. There's a River Dragon slow to get up in that corner. McKechnie gets this one out, and it's Jack Riley who is lumbering off to the bench. Not enough for icing as Nolan will touch it bottom of the circles. 9:04 left to go here in the second. Petrantonio gets a touch. King has it in his own end near circle. Played ahead. McDonald nearly ran into Mafuz. Now McDonald will just dump it in right wing corner. Petrantonio, far circle, chipped up and out, and it will not have enough for ice, and they say LaBelle could have touched that one. He took an awkward angle. So LaBelle will wait behind his own net. 8:40 to go in period two.
Yeah, I think both teams might have got away with an icing on that one, but big shift here for Columbus.
LaBelle skates this one out. Little give and go on that left wing side. He's got it back. Now plays it through McDonald and tipped in. Rutledge slows it there for Ozelinch. Trying to get it around the near side wall. Taylor plays it to the middle. It's a high centering feed. White tried to glove it down. McDonald got to it first. Now behind the net, he plays it for Jemayev. He's the Watertown goal scorer so far in this game. 1-0 Wolves lead it. Just over 8 minutes to play in the second. McDonald from behind the net. Some stick handles trying to find an opening. Played it to the middle off Jemayev. There's a chance there for Heitzner, and his shot was blocked. Left circle. McDonald to Heitzner. He shoots and he scores. Jemayev actually set him up with the assist, and Rutledge was just going post to post too much. Wolves got him moving, and Heitzner found some space, buries it from the slot. It's 2-0.
Good job by the Wolves there of getting established zone time. I think they wore down that line a little bit stamina-wise for Columbus, and then just a nice passing play, and get a shot like that right in the slot, it's exactly where you want it.
Kyle Heitzner, his 4th goal on the year. Jemayev and I believe McDonald are going to pick up assists for McDonald. It'll be his 55th on the year, 112 points now for him, assuming he does get credit for that. We'll wait for the official word. Meanwhile, we drop the puck at center ice. Moskal tries to win it forward. He's into the zone, right wing side with it. Williamson lays a hit onto a man, but the Wolves are able to get it out. Mafuz checked there by Schultz as he dumps it in. Vanelli with it behind the nets. Jagger Williamson tips it nicely into the path of Moskal. He's trying to get around Mafuz. Moskal will slow up, takes a hit as he plays it back to the Columbus defense. Vanelli will have to go get it. Vanelli from behind his own net. Storjahan takes it between the legs. Now he has it on the stick blade, trying to play it to the net, play it into the zone. And man was able to knock that one away for the Wolves. 7:20 to go here in period 2. Columbus now down 2-0.
If you notice something about Watertown, they're not afraid to bring the puck back into their own zone. And that's a really, really good professional, experienced play by them, because what that does is it resets your offense. If you don't have anything, no reason to dump it in and give the puck away. Just bring it back and reset.
Underwood gets a pass into the path of Riley. Good to see him, and he looks out there motivated, he shook off whatever injury ailed him in the end of his last shift. Slachetka gets this one to Chemelka. Now a pass. Harrison will tip that one into the zone from the right side of the red line. Harrison and Nolan, they body up behind the net. This one eludes Grade. Left circle, a shot, and a pad save made there from Rutledge off the stick of DiCostanzo. Robertson trying to jump around Nolan to get to that puck. Nolan's able to hold his ground. Grade, a cross-ice pass off the wall, finds Underwood. Into the zone on sides is Krupp, but he's got to go get it right wing corner. Krupp trying to hold off Harrison. Robertson comes in to give him a check. Riley up the wall to the right point. Grade, now left point for Nolan. Nolan walks it, looks, fires off the crossbar, and it hits the glass. It stays in play. Grade right point a shot. That one blocked by Robertson, and Harrison will gain the red line and shoot that one in. 6:08 left to go here in the second. Glorious opportunity. Nolan almost brought it back within one.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to shoot that puck if you're Nolan. He found the moving screen. He executed the shot pretty well, and it just caught a piece of the bar.
Pietrangelo plays it down the ice. Icing is the call against the Dragons. We get an immediate timeout. 5:53 to go in the second. 30 seconds and we're back. Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
And maxillofacial surgeons Mark Sawicki, Lee Allen practice a traditional scope of oral and maxillofacial surgery with over 60 years of combined expertise, ranging from oral pathology to wisdom tooth removal. They perform a full range of dental implant and bone grafting procedures, as well as non-invasive surgical facial cosmetic procedures. That level of expertise is why the River Dragons trust them. Call them in Columbus at 596-1757 or in LaGrange at 884-2655.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Columbus River Dragons Radio Network. Fans, Fort Benning Harley-Davidson and the Columbus River Dragons have teamed up for a $50K giveaway at a River Dragons hockey game this season. Simply text FBWIN to 55678 to be entered for a chance to shoot from center ice and win $50,000. For full rules and contest details, stop into Fort Benning Harley-Davidson on Williams Road or visit FortBenningHD.com. $50,000 could be yours this season, but only if you text to enter now. FBWIN to 55678.
Huge 5 minutes here, remaining 5 minutes for the Columbus River Dragons. You got to get something going. Even if it's not a goal, you want to have some momentum going into the third period.
Nolan gets it out of a scrum on the half wall, far side in the Columbus end. Pietrangelo picks up that puck, a pass to an open wing, off the wall taken by Doe, and Columbus is out of their own zone. This one played in, and Colgan will slow it up for a whistle. 5:33 left to go here in the second. Face-off coming to the right of Brendan Colgan. Bersani's unit out there. He's ready to take the draw against McDonald. Flip a coin, it seems like McDonald or McKechnie.
Absolutely, every single time.
Bersani wins that one. McDonald was trying to push through him to get possession of the puck, though. And now Doe gets tied up with LaBelle in the corner.
Well, that's the thing about winning a face-off against Justin McDonald. Even if you win it per se and get it back, he's so quick that sometimes he can pop through and steal it off you.
Doe, left wing corner, trying to work it up the wall. It comes back to him off a Watertown body. Bersani sends it around. Ian White with it, right wing circle. Backhands it into the corner, hits it awkwardly. Doe was waiting for it. It fell to Taylor instead. White finds it, holds in, right circle, gets around a man, shoots, and a save made right there by Brendan Colgan. It was a good screen set by Petrantonio, and you know White, he's got that sniper's touch, but could not find it past Colgan, and it remains 2-0 with 5:01 to go in the second.
Yeah, if you go YouTube Ian White highlights from his NHL career, you'll see most of his goals were point shots where he was just able to find a way to get the puck through. During his time in the NHL, he was one of the best guys in the league at getting pucks through from the point, so you can see why he has success with doing it here.
Watertown wins the draw. LaBelle to Heitzner near circle. Oslund runs into him. Puck is free. Storjahan with it. He shoots. He scores! Storjahan! Welcome to Columbus! His first as a professional! Alex Storjahan will remember that one for a long time. And he brings the Dragons back within one. 4:48 to go in the second.
Great shot by Alex there. Just put it right over the glove of Colgan. Pretty simple play. He got it, he shot it, he put it on net. Nothing too fancy, and that's exactly what the Columbus River Dragons needed.
It's been a little bit. We heard him a lot during the Legends game. But now, for the first time during the Columbus contest, here's Dana Barker.
River Dragons goal, his first professional goal. Number 4, Alex Storjahan. Assist number 13, Edgar Zozelinch at 15-12 in the second period.
Edgar Zozelinch picks up the only assist. Storjahan's first of the season, first as a pro, and it's 2-1 Watertown. 4:22 left to go here in the second. Williamson chips this one down ice. Storjahan racing after. He's one-on-one with King. Is he going to find another? Right circle, he slows it up, waits for reinforcements. Off the bench, it's Krupp. His shot blocked by Mafuz. Mafuz ties up with Krupp in the corner. Trying to help out here is McKechnie. McKechnie knocks down Krupp as it goes to the near side wing. Slichetka trying to work it up the wall. Underwood found it, but it knocks off of him, and McKechnie gets it out towards center. Good effort, pressure right there by Columbus, and Krupp had to stay on sides, couldn't go get that puck. Now he heads off for a change. 3:50 left to go here in period 2. Wolves up 2-1.
Yeah, one thing you cannot do here if you're Columbus is take a penalty. You have to keep it clean. I know everyone's fired up. There's a lot of momentum, but you cannot take a penalty with 3 minutes left to go here.
Wolves on the delayed offsides have to touch up. Vanelli's allowed to go back and get this in his own zone undisturbed. Nolan near circle. A pass up ahead, right onto the tape of Jack Riley. Left wing, 3-on-3 as he hits the line. Riley stops it up at the point to Petrantonio, trying to dodge around a man. Good play by Hussey, and a heck of a pass. Connects with Chemelka, forces Nolan to track back. It's 1-on-1. Chemelka, backhand, save made. Rutledge contacted, and we get a whistle. And they have a referee pointing. We think we're getting a penalty here on this. But to who? 3:13 left to go in the second. We'll get immediate timeout. We'll tell you about the penalty in 30 seconds on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
King Claw is one of the most popular destinations for seafood enthusiasts. King Claw is inspired by the Viet Cajun elegance of boil and bag seafood that holds all the juicy flavor of the ocean. Then we add our very own unique mixture of the best spices that take the taste to another level. We can confirm that you won't find our flavor anywhere else. We collect the freshest seafood, prepare them as you order, and we encourage you to grab your hand in the bag to enjoy the heavenly taste of our signature seafood combinations. We believe that having quality and fresh foods with friends and family is the best feeling in the world. Come, open up a bag and enjoy the best seafood in town where the ultimate juiciness waits for you. Call 706-507-3845 to order.
.313 left to go here in the second period. Colin Chemelka, 2 minutes, goaltender interference is the call, and the Dragons head to their third Georgia power play of the night, 0 for 2 previous, but they've got the last goal in the game, Mike. They've got some momentum, and now a chance to tie it up heading into the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, one thing Columbus could not afford was to take a penalty, and one thing that they definitely could afford was to go on the power play.
So a face-off coming to the left of Colgan. Bersani wins it to the right point for White. He shoots, pinballs around and goes to the left wing circle. Vanelli down into the corner for Petrantonio. Now to Bersani from behind the net. Works it to Doe. He has to chase over it at the half wall. McDonald takes it off of him, and he'll shoot it down the length of the ice. 20 seconds already gone in this Georgia power play.
Yeah, Justin McDonald is just such a good penalty killer for Watertown because if he gets possession of the puck, he's almost certain to get it down the ice.
Petrantonio chips it ahead for Doe. Had a tough time settling it. Recollects it at the half wall. Petrantonio kicked that one to the slot. LaBelle got to it first, and he sends it off boards and down ice. Rutledge tees it up in the corner. A minute 20 left to go in this Georgia power play.
And you can see how much confidence Coach Clark for Watertown has in this first unit. Been out there for 45 seconds, which is a long time for a penalty kill, and he still leaves them out there.
Moskal passes behind Vanelli. Now he takes a hit into the corner as he chased after it. Storjahan, the River Dragons goal scorer, sends this one around. Moskal with it, right wing circle. Moskal to Storjahan in the corner. Now back up for Moskal, right point. Oh, and he took his eye off the puck. That one hopped over his stick, and he'll have to go chase it down ice. 48 seconds left in the power play. It's a skate of shame right there, isn't it?
It is. It does happen, though. It's just sometimes it happens, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Now Moskal's got some space left wing, gets around a couple of different Wolves, sends this off the end boards, rimmed around. Williamson chasing after it and gets it to the right point. Grade looks, fires a shot, it deflects. Storjahan bodying this behind the net. He takes a cross check. That one leaks out in front, and Mann gets it around Grade. Down the ice it goes. 20 seconds left in this power play.
I thought that was a cross check on Justin Coachman there, but no call.
Here's Grade over the red line, slaps it into the left wing corner. Puck will die there, roll behind the net. Slachetka, and he'll just be able to shoot it out with an open lane in front of him. Grade will chip into space. Underwood first on it there. 2 seconds and one. Chamelka out of the box. 0 for 3 on the Georgia power play.
Yeah, not ideal here for Columbus. Obviously, you wanted to get something out of that, but you just have to forget about it and finish out this minute here.
Slachetka, blue line to blue line pass. Mafuz in on sides. It's right at Rutledge. He'll cover it up for a whistle. 58.6 seconds left to go in the second. Fans, download the Dash app, DASH. Free on all Android and iOS devices. These whiteout jerseys the River Dragons are wearing are on auction all weekend. And the whiteout jerseys you saw the Legends wearing during their game and during the ceremony that they had for Wanda and Shelby Amos pregame, those are all in the Dash app. Legends jerseys ending tonight. River Dragons jerseys ending tomorrow night. DASH, free on all Android and iOS devices.
Zach, look who they have out there taking the face-off for Watertown. Justin McDonald, who just served about a minute and 15-second penalty kill shift.
And does a man ever get tired? Jamea fires a shot and a blocker save made by Rutledge. Ian White with this in the corner, tried to move it ahead for Riley, just out of his reach, but it'll go out to the neutral zone, and Taylor will slap that one in from the red line. Hopped out weird. Oh, Rutledge had to stick it back to himself. That got a little risky, but Rutledge, clearly a veteran of the Columbus Civic Center, knew to stay in place because that one was going to hit out weird to him. And a little dicey, but he corrals it for a whistle.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Rutz had no intentions of coming out and playing that puck because I think he fully knew it was going to take that bounce that it always does.
McDonald against Riley on this draw.
We love you.
Puck is down. McDonald wins it back to the top of the circles. Dragons pressuring him. Puck is still loose. Jemayev finds it. Backhand off of Underwood. Gets it back. Jemayev high slot shot. A save made there by Rutledge. Swallowing it up in the butterfly. 31.9 left to go here in the second. Wolves 2, Dragons 1.
Yeah, the Wolves keep getting shots on goal here just because McDonald keeps winning faceoffs. So got to find a way to win one here if you're Columbus.
White will win this. White will get this one back to Oslinch off the faceoff win. And now he plays it up to Underwood. Underwood to Storjahan. Knocked it out of the air with the low stick, trying to chase after it, and Taylor was able to keep him at bay. Jemayev up ahead here for Heitzner. 16 seconds left in the period. Heitzner's shot blocked there by Oslinch. White racing after it. Jemayev to the top. Right point. Taylor, a shot off a stick. What hand-eye right there by McDonald, but hit the side of the net on Rutledge. 3 seconds left. Columbus gets it out. LaBelle tried to fire a shot. Storjahan got his stick in the way of it, and that'll do it through 40 minutes of play. Little up, little down, but the Wolves are still in front heading into the locker room through 40 minutes of play. 2-1 they lead. But Alex Storjahan, his first pro goal, has Columbus within one. Your initial thoughts, Mike?
Yeah, I think it was definitely big that Columbus got that goal there by Storjahan, his first pro goal and obviously first goal as a Columbus River Dragon. But definitely a missed opportunity there not to score in that power play. But you just got to go in, you got to forget about it, and come out and have your best period here in the third.
McDonald's second intermission report with Watertown up 2-1 comes up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
If
If you're looking for quality dental work, look no further than Largeman Dental in Columbus, the River Dragons' trusted oral care provider. Largeman Dental provides cleaning services, restorative work, cosmetics, prosthetics, and Invisalign braces too. Dr. Largeman has over 19 years of clinical experiences in all phases of dentistry and holds memberships in 4 different esteemed dental societies. Set your next appointment by calling 706-322-6581 or visit them online at largemandental.com.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Looking to bring the whole crew out to a game? Group nights are for you. Groups of 10 or more get special ticket pricing and exclusive merchandise and experience add-ons that will make your game at the Civic Center a night to remember. For more information on group rates and packages, visit ourdragons.com/tickets or call our ticketing manager at 706-940-0476. Ask about all the great perks we can provide your group. Work friends, family functions, there's no group too big for us to handle, but it starts by visiting ourdragons.com/tickets.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the Harvey Lumber press box here at the Columbus Civic Center. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Costantino. Mike, up and down period for the Dragons. Didn't get the first goal of the game like they wanted. In fact, Watertown at one point was up 2-0. However, Alex Storjahan, his first goal as a professional, gets the game back to 2-1 through 40 minutes.
Yeah, obviously, congratulations to him, first goal as a professional. But that goal could not have come at a bigger time for the River Dragons. I mean, if the Watertown Wolves make this game 3-0, that really makes it tough for us to come back. So the fact that we were able to kind of small in that gap, that's really important going into the third.
Shots on goal right now in favor of the Wolves by a tally of 24-18. That is a second period total of 13-5. It kind of tells the story of how Watertown was putting their foot more on the gas pedal, peppering Rutledge with shots, and really it seemed like both goals were just a characteristic of so much pressure that Watertown had put on. We talked about how last night that there was avoidable goals, deflection goals. This one just felt like Watertown's just full body of work eventually got that puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I mean, Watertown is just a very puck possession heavy team. They like to get the puck deep. They like to kind of have it in the zone for a minute or two, and that's how they get a lot of their goals. But I'll tell you what, I mean, the goal that Storjahan scored was just a very basic shot at the net, and sometimes that's all you need.
River Dragons are 0 for 3 on the Georgia Power play and 2 for 3 on the Houston Clinic penalty kill. That first goal of the game, Alexander Jameas on the power play. I mean, Watertown's power play, they're second best in the league for a reason, Mike.
Absolutely. They just have so much talent on it. I mean, from McDonald to McKenney to Storjahan. I mean, there's just so many guys, Storjahan, Jamea. But there's just so many guys on that unit that are really, really talented. But I think we're going to do a pretty good job in the third here because that goal, I think, gave us a lot of momentum that we really needed.
Yeah, I was about to say, that was the big thing. After goals, you could see the River Dragons' energy level spike up especially after the Jemayeff goal and then the Storjahan goal. I mean, there was almost a chance at a 3-on-2 while we were listening to Dana Barker, but it was a good stick. I think it was by Michael Mann or maybe Rocco Di Costanzo. It was a high number. I remember that. Just poked it off Parker Moskal as he hit the line. Good timing. Otherwise, that could have been 3-on-2, and you could have been talking about back-to-back goals to tie up the game.
Yeah, 100%. I think we finished the period out very well once we scored that goal. But, I mean, the first 5 minutes here are going to be pretty much everything for us. If we come out and have a good first 5 minutes, I think we'll come back in this game. If not, it's going to be a very, very tough task against this team.
River Dragons trail the Watertown Wolves by a score of 2-1. When we come back, we take a look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zippin, and get a look at the Southern Hockey scoreboard. What happened in that Port Huron Carolina overtime game? You'll find out when we come back after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Suites by Radisson, you'll enjoy comfortable accommodations close to Columbus State University, Fort Benning, and of course, the River Dragons games. Conveniently located at 1720 Fountain Court in Columbus, you'll be minutes away from all your favorite Columbus destinations. Free high-speed Wi-Fi and hot breakfast always available too. So whether you're staying for business or for pleasure, make your next stay in Columbus a comfortable one at the official hotel partner of the River Dragons, Country Inn and Suites by Radisson.
Let Shred Away, a division of the Overby Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred Away, a division of the Overby Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred Away, 706-577-9668.
Stay up to date with everything Columbus River Dragons by following the team on social media. Stay in the know with all the team news on Facebook and Instagram. Get live in-game updates via Twitter. And of course, catch every game on the YouTube page. Following is easy. Search at @C_River Dragons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's never been easier to stay in the loop with your favorite hockey team. So what's stopping you? Drop us a fun comment or send us a message and we may just feature you on the feeds. That's @C_River Dragons on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
At Texas Roadhouse, we're famous for our hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, made-from-scratch sides, ice-cold beer, and our irresistible fresh-baked bread. We take great care in everything we prepare, served with big smiles at a great value. Visit us at 2970 North Lake Parkway in Columbus or call ahead seating at 706-323-6616. Curbside takeout available too. We're proud to be your hometown favorite and are always focused on providing legendary food and legendary service. Texas Roadhouse.
The Chattahooch's favorite place for spirits in the valley is John Emerald Distilling Company in Opelika. Conveniently located in beautiful downtown Opelika, they're open Monday through Saturday for tours, tasting, and bottle sales. Not in Opelika? No problem. From Birmingham to Columbus, there's plenty of places where John Emerald originals are sold. Check out some of their favorite recipes at johnemeralddistilling.com and give them a follow on social media at JED Spirits on Twitter and Instagram.
Progress. It's the belief that your life should be easier, that life should be fun, and that the best is yet to come. With us, you have a provider who pours everything into bringing progress home. And it's not just some big name in a faraway glass tower. That provider is here. That provider is Beam. With local service and faster internet, the only place you're going is forward. And we're taking you there. Progress. Your Beam. Your way.
It's River Dragon season, and it's time to get out to a game. Visit Ticketmaster or the Civic Center box office to purchase tickets to the next game or any game left this season. Visit OurDragons.com to check the schedule and stay up to date with everything River Dragons hockey. The defending Ignite Cup champions are looking to keep their winning ways, and you can be part of the best atmosphere in the FPHL to help make it happen. Purchase tickets online on Ticketmaster or skip the fees and visit the Columbus Civic Center box office during normal business hours. Get up and get loud, Columbus. The River Dragons are ready to roar.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. River Dragons trail the Watertown Wolves by a score of 2-1. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Cosentino. We take a look around the FPHL now, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's fueling life's passions. It's a final in Winston-Salem. Matt Graham gets the overtime winner with about 2 minutes left to go in the extra frame. 3-2. Prowlers take 2 out of 3 points. Graham with 2 goals, named the first star. Gus Ford had a couple of assists for Carolina, and Dawson Baker also tallied a goal. He picked up star number 3. I'll tell you what that means for the standings in just a little bit. Elsewhere, though, the Binghamton Black Bears are hosting the Danbury Hat-Tricks, and last check, Black Bears were up big 4-1, but since then, Danbury has stopped the bleeding and has brought themselves back within 2. 4-2 as Johnny Ruiz scored on the power play 31 seconds into the third period. However, there's about 3 minutes left in the third, and the score has remained at 4-2 so far. With your look at the standings, that Port Huron win, but Carolina getting a point, puts them at .513 on the points percentage. Binghamton at .514 while they look in control to take the 3 points. If Danbury were to somehow get a result out of that and get a win, Binghamton would drop themselves back down to 5th. Well, Carolina and Binghamton have been doing this 2-team tango, it feels like, for pretty much the entire season, Mike.
Yeah, they have. They've kind of been taking that 4 and 5 spot and just going back and forth between it. But I think it's going to be a close race between 4 and 5. It's going to be a close race between 1, 2, and 3, too, for the top spot.
Yeah, of course, Danbury and Columbus. Columbus is enjoying the scoreline they are seeing in Binghamton right now, 4-2, with Danbury dropping 3 points. And the River Dragons, they're within shouting distance of the Wolves right now, down 2-1, but any sort of point that way for Columbus, if Danbury takes 0, should jump them back into second place. And that's how tight the standings are as we're going down with really less than a month of the season to go. April 16th is the final day of the regular season, so you count out the weekends, Mike. That's 4 weekends left to play some good hockey and make sure you solidify where you want to be. For Carolina and Binghamton, obviously, they need to just go in and try and win that race, and they're trying to move up and elevate into that 2-3 race because Columbus and Danbury, for the most part, they're the ones jockeying. One's got a much more exciting prize in the first round bye, but the other one has the power of the selection in that first round, so you still got something coming your way. And Carolina and Binghamton, they just want to elevate themselves into relevancy into that conversation.
Yeah, they do. I think that whole being the second team and getting to pick who you play and all that, I think that could be a little overrated, and I think Coach Bouchard said at one time, if you pick a team, that kind of gives a team a reason to beat you. Because it motivates them a bit, because it kind of makes them like, oh, well, this team picked us because they think they can beat us. Let's go out and get them. So I understand why Coach Bouchard doesn't really think that that's that valuable of a thing to get.
That's your look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In. Zelmo's fueling life's passions. We take a look in the SPHL at the Southern Hockey scoreboard. Birmingham won in a shootout over the Fayetteville Marksmen. They take 2 points. They are desperately clinging to playoff life support. However, the other game that's right next is not going their way. Roanoke 6, Macon 2 with 4 minutes left to go in the third. It was just 1-0, I feel like, a period ago, Mike. So Roanoke really poured it on. We'll dive into that game in a moment. Evansville up 3-2 on Quad City with 20 minutes left to play on that one. Huntsville up 2-0 on Peoria, 7 minutes left to go in the second period. And Pensacola up 3-1 on Vermilion County as they're getting ready for the third period over there at the David S. Palmer Arena. It was 1-0 heading into the second period. That's when we last left the game. And then Roanoke, they just went on a tear. Nick DeVito, Brady Hepner, Nick Ford all tallying in. The last goal of the game actually scored by Garrett Sargis. his third as a Roanoke Rail Yard dog. There's a former River Dragon we can tell you about. CJ Stubbs, Matt O'Day, Mac Jansen, all also former River Dragons. They find themselves in the score sheets in the assist column. When we take a look at the standings and talk about Roanoke's win here, well, eventual win, they're about 4 minutes away from it. That'll be huge for them. They would jump up to 47 points on 50 games played. So that'd be only 6 games left in the season for them. Birmingham has 7 games left in the season. However, they're at 36 points. That's an 11-point deficit with only 7 games to play. Quick math to tell you, that's 14 points Birmingham has left available, and 11-point deficit. It's going to take a monumental collapse. Birmingham definitely on playoff life support.
Yeah, it's a sad story for Birmingham because they had a really difficult start to the season. And then they really put a team together, and they're winning some games towards the end of the season here, but it's just going to be, I think, too tough for them, unfortunately.
And that's your look at the Southern Hockey scoreboard. We're on the McDonald's second intermission report. We had a little bit of an awkward setup with our breaks. We apologize with that. That's why we're continuing this one while the Zamboni's going on the ice. Why don't we use that time to tell you about the McDonald's 4 for $48 deal that you can utilize one more time during the season. McDonald's and the Peasold family presented a 4 for $48 deal to select River Dragons home games this season. And the last one you have a chance to use it at is April 9th. Against the Port Huron Prowlers. It's 4 tickets, 4 hats, and 4 coupons. Good for a combo meal at any of our local Chattahoochee Valley area McDonald's, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, all for the low price of $48. To visit the deal online, visit ourdragons.com/MCD-deal. That's ourdragons.com/MCD-deal, or call 706-507-4625 for more details. Zamboni appears to be just about done, but let's use this time because this would be the time we talk about looking ahead to the Houston Clinic third period. Mike, what's got to change? What's got to happen for the River Dragons? Obviously, getting that goal was huge, gives them a boost, but they got to get one more to get back even.
Yeah, you do. I'd like to see Columbus try and get that shot total back in their favor. I think if they do that early in the period, that'll give them a lot of momentum. And also, we have to stay disciplined. I mean, Watertown just has too deadly of a power play where we cannot afford to go down shorthanded, especially early on this period.
River Dragons trail the Wolves 2-1. 20 minutes of regulation left to play. It'll start up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
In 1999, Watley Convenience Stores opened its first Zelmo Zip-In. Our first store was in Leesburg, Georgia, and followed quickly by our second store in the Columbus, Phoenix City area in 2000. Since then, the brand has grown to include 11 stores in the Chattahoochee Valley and Southwest Georgia. Zelmo's is an anchor in the communities it operates in. Our managers, employees, and vendors are all an integral part of the neighborhoods and communities we serve. We are proud to call these areas home and plan to continue growing with and serving the communities of West Georgia and East Alabama. Zelmo's, fueling life's passions.
At Southern States Bank, the Common Sense Bank, we're a true community bank that supports the places we serve. Our people live, work, and play in your community, and you will find us cheering for the River Dragons right alongside you in the stands. With convenient locations throughout Alabama and Georgia, we're never too far away to handle any of your financial concerns. Call, click, or come by and see how we can help you make sense out of your banking. Visit us online at southernstatesbank.net. Southern States Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. NMLS number 410611.
Looking to update that hockey game day wardrobe? The best place to do that is to visit the online home for all River Dragons licensed apparel, ourdragonsmerch.com. With new designs coming out all the time and special promotional and sale offers always live, there's always a reason to check back to the site and score some new gear. Plus, lots of fun souvenirs and other knickknacks that make great gifts for all sorts of occasions. So get there to ourdragonsmerch.com, the official store for all team licensed apparel. That's ourdragonsmerch.com.
Back here at the Columbus Civic Center, referees are out onto the ice. Zamboni has made its way off, and our teams are due out in a moment. In fact, the Wolves emerge out of their tunnel first, led out by Brendan Colgan. Colgan has made 17 saves on 18 River Dragons shots, and the Wolves dressed in their more traditional home blues with the Wolf Head logo on the chest, blue helmets, silver shoulders with blue numbers, and then silver numbers on the back of the uniform. They will go right to left across the radio dial in the Houston Clinic third period. And over to our left, the River Dragons are waiting to be let out as Jared Rutledge will emerge from the tunnel in a moment. Rutledge has made 22 saves on 24 Wolves shots. And Columbus dressed in the all-white looks, white helmets, white jerseys, pants, and socks with teal numbers and a teal Sea Dragon logo on the chest. They will go left to right. That horn lets you know the Dragons are back out. No carryover penalties. We'll skate 5-on-5 on a fresh sheet, Mike. And we've talked about it so much, but the first 5 minutes obviously very important. We were doing a little bit of checking with ourselves on the bench. We did not see MJ Graham at all in that second period. So you're seeing that 10th forward spot elevate to just be 3 whole lines of forwards.
Yeah, he must have gotten injured during that fight in some way. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be back for this game, but it's going to be very, very important for Columbus also to be physical to start this period out, because when we were physical in the second period, that was when I think we had our best shift. So I'm Columbus here, just focus on winning this face-off, get the puck deep, and play some good defensive hockey.
Jagger Williamson, Parker Moskal, and Alex Storjahan are the 3 forwards out there for Bouchard. Grade and Nolan on the back end. For the Wolves, McKechnie, Mann, and Mafuz with Slichetka and Lane King. Referee with the puck in hand, Moskal v. McKechnie, and we are underway here in the Houston Clinic third period. Slichetka dumps that in from the red line, takes a hit from Williamson, rims around to the far side boards. Storjahan put a stick on it, wasn't enough. Mann takes it from behind the net, then it's intercepted by Moskal, who was reading that drop pass. Out of the air, that one's gloved by Slichetka, and he's still in the zone at the left point. Nolan chips it ahead, and Storjahan gets it out. Now he plays it up for Moskal. A little bit of a rush here for the Dragons, 3-on-2. Moskal with it. They're all bunched up to the right wing side. Storjahan tried to go to that left side, and the pass was too long for him. His pass to the right point goes off the boards, bad angle, and Ian White has to take it back into the neutral zone, back into his own end for some support. 19:20 left to go in period 3.
Yeah, that was a good look by Storjahan. He almost had the puck back door, but just a little too much on it.
Petrantonio at his own blue line. Moskal lets that one go through his legs. Austin Doe left circle, let it knocked off of his stick. He's tied up with Lane King. King gets good wood to it. Petrantonio slams Slichetka into the corner boards as he attempts to dump that one out. He quickly got back up and second effort got it down, but it is icing here against the Wolves. And Josh Petrantonio, he's keeping that physical play up. That was a huge hit on Slichetka.
That was an enormous hit. That one, and it was clean too. Shoulder right to the jaw of Slichetka. And I mean, there's really nothing you could say there if you're a Watertown's Wolf player or fan. That's just a good, clean hockey play.
Face off to the left of Colgan. Bersani will take this draw here against McKechnie. Bersani wins it over to the wing. King gets there before Doe. Plays it behind the net, and Slichetka rims this one around. Jemaev tied up with White. Gets it away from him, and now Heitzner will dump it in from the red line. That one too hard for Rutledge to handle. And we'll go all the way around. Jemaev finds it again. Right wing circle, he's with it. Petrantonio watching over him. Lets Jemaev go behind the net. McDonald swings at that one, and a save made by Rutledge. And that one got him down. He squeezed it with the armpit at the very last second and just keeps it out. Keeps this game 2-1 with 18:35 to go in the third.
Yeah, sometimes as a goalie, when the puck's in between your arm like that and you squeeze that hard, it kind of puts all your weight onto one side of your body and then you just tip over. There's really nothing you can do about it.
Face-off coming to the right of Rutledge. Riley and McDonald in on this draw. McDonald won it, but he'll get waived, and now here's a rare face-off not taken by one of the M's, McDonald or McKechnie. It'll be Heitzner. Heitzner versus Riley. Riley will win that one over to Vanelli. Tries to chip it out. McDonald holds in along the wall. His shot sticked there by Rutledge and covered up with the glove. 18:30 to go here in the third. River Dragons hockey brought to you all season long by Sherry and her crew of master barbers at Old School Barber Shop. Visit them 1041 First Avenue in Columbus. They'll be open 10 a.m. on Monday. You can call ahead appointments at 706-321-5930 or visit them online, oldschoolbarbershop.com. That's oldschoolbarber.com, the official barbershop of your Columbus River Dragons. Vanelli from behind the net. Heitzner tried to snuff him out and was able to knock back a pass towards him. Goes all the way out to the left point now. LaBelle lets one go off the backboards. McDonald tried to play it to the middle and he whiffed on it. Schultz gets it out to center. Krupp with it there with his back towards the opposing goal. Now he moves it up to Riley. Riley right circle shoots and a shoulder save made there by Colgan. Held in by Schultz at the left point, played it to the middle. Too many Wolves there, and now they escape the zone. McDonald with it. Heitzner driving the net. McDonald's shot blocked there by Vanelli. Good job clogging up the lane. McDonald finds it again, and a save made by Rutledge. Man, McDonald, he is sneaky. He just finds that space. They get the puck to him, and he let a good shot go. Rutledge make a better save. And 17:49 to go in the third.
Yeah, great stop by Jared there. I mean, McDonald is just so good at finding open ice. I mean, you'll think he's nowhere, and then all of a sudden he has the puck in the slot. It's part of what makes him such a talented player.
Face-off coming to the right of Rutledge. Moskal against McDonald.
And he's still out there. That's a long shift.
His time on ice is absurd for a forward.
Yep.
Grade. Checked there by McDonald. He picks it out of his feet. McDonald gets it to LaBelle. Left point. His shot. Big block there by Williamson. Gets it out of his equipment and gives it to Storjahan. Storjahan with it. He dekes. Oh, he gets around another one. Left circle, and then LaBelle pokes it off of him as he was trying to recover. Heck of a move right there from the rookie. He gets it back from Williamson. Now down into the corner. Jagger's got it again. Jagger to Moskal on the cycle. He keeps it going. Storjahan chasing after it. Heitzner trying to get there first. Good hands right there. Storjahan keeps it down low. Moskal trying to bother Troy Taylor with the puck. Moskal's got it in a phone booth behind the net. He's with it now, left wing corner. The defense changing behind this. Play towards the middle, and it leaks towards Colgan. He has to stick it and cover it up. 17:05 to go here in the third. It's a good bit of possession right there from that line. Storjahan showing off those hands.
Yeah, it was a fantastic move. I mean, one more move, and that would have been an ESPN top 10 play if he scored. But, I mean, that is a good shift for that line. But, you know, we got to start putting the puck in the net if we're the River Dragons, because shot total starting to really get lopsided for Watertown.
17:05 left to go here in the third. Rutledge had hustled over to the Columbus bench. He was trying to get something looked at. Referee was going to give him time, but now Rutledge heads back to his crease.
If I had to guess, it's probably his skate blade, which I know he's been having problems with.
Bersani to Ozelin at the left point. Waits to pull the trigger, just staring there at the lane, but nothing available. Petrantonio to the middle, then it goes through Doe's legs. Bersani with it, and he couldn't pull it on the stick. White over to the left wing circle to Petrantonio. He shoots, and a bad save made there by Colgan and the Butterfly. Bersani takes a hit in the corner. A bouncing puck finds its way to the Wolves, and McKechnie flips this one skyward. Ian White gloves that one down. Little basket catch for him. And in the the defensive zone, no hand pass. Here's Petrantonio with speed, trying to get around a man. Petrantonio left circle, shoots, and wide of the glove, hand on Colgan. Rims all the way around. Man's got it now in neutral territory. Bunched up 3-on-2 to the left wing side. He trends towards the right. Schultz trying to push him off the puck. Ties up his stick. Man works it into the circles. Here's McKechnie with it with Vanelli. McKechnie a shot. Save made Rutledge. Rebound Mafuz. Cleared away to the near side circle. Slacheka to the middle. And Schultz clears that one away. Rutledge is down. He's still in the Butterfly. You're right. He might be looking at that skate blade. Here's Chamelka with it left wing circle. Mafuz and Vanelli, they rub shoulders in the corner. Schultz picks it up from behind the net. River Dragons have to be very careful. Probably don't want Rutledge to face a shot, feeling uncomfortable with his skate right now.
No, you got to get a whistle. I'm pretty sure his left skate is, that the blade is out of the boot, at least a little bit.
Chamelka dumps this one in. Vanelli gets it to the neutral zone. Riley tried to pull it onto his tape. Now Harrison will dump that one in.
And I think Watertown knows that because they keep just dumping the puck in.
15:38 left to go here in the third. Underwood, big check laid on there, and DiCostanzo furious that there was no call on it. Harrison, left wing circle, sends this one around. Underwood in the corner, tries to chip it around Robertson. Those two, and he rubs shoulders on it. Now back to the right point. DiCostanzo's shot. That one blocked. Vanelli's able to get it out. Up ahead. Underwood trying to go after it, but Coachman just gets there first. Bounces around in the neutral zone, and Krupp on the backhand will chip it into the zone. Colgan from behind the net sends this around. 15:09 left to go here in the third. A turnover. Storjahan almost has it. Still has it left circle, and he just sends it wide of the glove hand. Moskal finds it along the wall. He lets one go. A deflection puts it high over the bar. Hits the glass. Still in play. Nolan left circle along the goal line. Hits the outside of the net. DiCostanzo trying to get this one out. Nolan got in front of that and blocked it with his body. On the near side circle. Coachman, big hit lined up there by Williamson. Now Chamelka gets this one out. Heitzner racing after it. He gets to there first, firing a shot, and Rutledge holding onto his post makes the easy save. Grade near circle, drops it back for Nolan. 14:35 left to go here in the third. Our next stoppage, barring a goal, will be a media timeout. Face off, to the left wing side, right at the dot. Moskal trying to move it in, and now here come the Wolves the other way. Let's go Dragons, the chant here in the Civic Center. A quick delayed offsides, and it pops back out so the Wolves can take control.
I know you want offense here if you're Columbus, especially after that rush. They have some momentum, but you really got to watch here. Jared Rutledge's skate, he can barely stand up.
White has that go off of him, so there's no icing. Ozelinch takes it behind his own net. Now he'll skate it. Pass to the left wing. He finds Austin Doe. Doe will dump it in from the blue line. Behind the net, it ramped up on the cage and now settles back down on the ice. Petrantonio hits a man. White finds it, right wing circle, backhand to the middle. Save made Colgan, and he somehow gets that one with all sorts of traffic in his crease. 13:49 to go here in the third. We get a 30-second media timeout on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center for the whole media timeout. We're keeping our eyes on Jared Rutledge, who has his helmet, blocker, and glove off. Zach Romick came out and looked at him for a moment. It might not be a skate issue, Mike.
Yeah, the more I look over to that side of the bench, the more I think it's not a skate issue. I don't know if he's holding his arm or his wrist or something, but he's definitely in a little bit of uncomfortableness or pain.
River Dragons are going to call timeout, buy him some more time, as he was being looked at by Romick. Now he's at the bench.
Yeah, I think they're putting Bailey McBurney in.
Been going at a Gatorade bottle, but McBurney is going to take off the ball cap, and that's going to be the end of the night for Rutledge, it looks like, and that's unfortunate because we already talked about in the second period we didn't see MJ Graham at all, and now Rutledge appears to have to come out of this game due to injury, and really for us it's hard to identify which one it might have been, Mike. He played well. We do know at a certain point in that third period early on he was struggling with something.
Yeah, I mean, there's a multitude of things it could be. It could be dehydration. It could be cramps, as you said, Zach. It could be his skate. It could be his arm or his wrist.
Could also just be something muscular or whatever.
Yeah, he's stretching right now.
It's tough for us to tell.
Rutledge
is a guy who does not wear his emotions on his sleeve, and we got to read his body language more than anything. He's trying to stretch out. We've seen him stretch out lower body. We've seen him stretch out his arms. We literally cannot tell from up here. He's keeping us guessing. However,
there's no way of telling from up here. But one thing we can tell is that he looks like he's coming out of the game, and that Bailey McBurney is.
Hold on. McBurney sits there. What a poker game we're playing down there.
I mean, at this point, I'm just going to shut up because it looked like Bailey had all his gear on, his helmet, his glove, and his blocker, and then Jared looked like he might have said, oh, you know what, I want to continue, and he's back in the net.
Two different times McBurney looked to reach back, and McBurney was tapping him, looked like, hey, don't worry, I got you. And now McBurney puts the ball cap back on. Rutledge had left his helmet, his blocker, and his gloves at the net. He says, I'm going to go get him, and I'm going to stay there. Face-off coming to the left of Colgan. 13:49 to go in the third. It's been a gutty effort for the River Dragons in this one. Bersani never got his stick down as that puck was dropped unfairly. And we'll try it again. 30-20 shots on goal in favor of the Wolves. Heckler & Koch shot counter. Heckler & Koch, no compromise. McKechnie gets the backhand flip out to neutral zone. And Vanelli gives it to Doe right in front of the Watertown bench. He takes a hit as he dumps it in, and Slachetka inadvertently played that to his own netminder, Colgan. He had to be ready for it. He sticked it away from danger. Now Mafuz will dump this in from the red line. Schultz gets to it before man, took a better angle. Vanelli gets that one up. Austin Doe lets it go through him, and Slachetka from the blue line plays it into the Columbus end. Petrantonio with it from the red line, slaps it on goal. And a save made by Colgan, and he will let that one head off for King. Vanelli lines King up with a big hit. And Columbus continuing to throw the body right now. Stretch pass ahead. Mafuz on a breakaway. Mafuz in. Great glove save, Rutledge. Made that one look easy. Down on all fours trying to get up, though. And, I mean, I'm not any sort of expert on this sort of stuff, Mike, but lower body, just based on that recovery from the save, I have no idea. But we know Rutledge is not 100% right now.
No, he's definitely not 100%. Two great plays there by both goalies. Great stop by Rutledge, especially considering what he's going through. And that was a really good play by Colgan at the other end of the ice. Petrantonio obviously shot that puck in to try and get an offensive zone faceoff, and he dropped it and he played it and he didn't allow that to happen. It's a very heads-up play by him.
River Dragons win the draw. It's held in at the left point by Nolan. McDonald gets tripped up by the side of the net. Still played it to the middle. Heitzner couldn't find it. Now Grade's all over his back. Behind the net, McDonald trying to wrap around. He shoots and rings the outside of the cage. Grade checks his man there. That's Jemayev. Jemayev spins away from it, but he didn't have possession of the puck. Moskal will have it here. Fight, do some stick work. Gets it over to Williamson. Right wing side. He's just in over the line onside. Storjahan with it in the corner, being double teamed by the Wolves. Works it to Jagger Williamson, top of the left wing circle. Shoots to the middle. That one blocked by Jemayev. Nolan playing it in the corner. Moskal finds it along the goal line. Ramps up off the side of the nets. 12-16 left to go here in the third. Good hit by Williamson. Frees the puck up. Storjahan couldn't settle it on the backhand, though. It's still bouncing around in the slot. Williamson gets in front of a man, and now he's got it in the corner. He takes a push and a bump, and now he's being checked by Taylor right behind the Watertown net.
This unit's very, very tired for Watertown out here. Well,
Taylor's just going to go for the one-arm pin, and the puck is somewhere underneath them. So they'll stand him up, and man will be – oh, wait, that's the wrong sport. But 2-1, Wolves in front, 11:57 to go in the third, and we will have a whistle and an offensive zone draw for Columbus.
yeah, that's a fortunate bounce there for Watertown getting that whistle. Their unit was very, very tired. They were even stretching forwards, looking to just get some sort of stretch pass and get out of the zone and get that shift over with. So
Rutledge, we just noticed, had a water bottle on his net. Usually does not have a water bottle, so if it's fluids, is it cramping? Again,
possibly.
The incredible poker face of Jared Rutledge, and we don't know. We just know he's not 100%.
Yeah, with being a goalie, I mean, there's just so many movements. There's literally a million things it could be.
Riley got knocked down, still won the draw. Underwood was able to hold it. Now Riley on the near circle. Oh, there was a bump play right there by Colgan to box out Krupp from getting that puck behind the net.
Very intentional play. And I will say, you know what, I'm guilty of doing that a couple times in my career. That's a pretty smart play because you typically will never get called for it as a goalie.
Heitzner on the far circle tried to work it up to the point. The pass was weak. Underwood met it there, and Robertson had it leak out past him. Chamelka gets this one over from the red line. It's slapped in there by Heitzner, and behind the net it goes for Ian White. White takes this one over to the far circle. Underwood, a pass ahead to Riley, and Riley chips that one into the zone. Jack Riley on the near corner, trying to get around Coachman. He took a good angle to the puck. Chamelka gets this one out just barely as Austin Doe looked to line him up. Down the ice it goes. No icing. Vanelli's got it underneath the goal line. Vanelli gets tied up with Hussey. Schultz takes a hit, gets it back up to Vanelli. He continued it along the wall, but he was out of River Dragons to pass it to. Dumped in, cross ice, and the Columbus bench door just opened up there on Riley Robertson. Now Schultz just fell down awkwardly, and Columbus is able to get it out of the zone. This game has taken a lot out of both teams right now, Mike. You can tell.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, both teams are starting to get kind of just overly simple and just kind of dump and chase, as that was a very close play for Colgan.
Dangerous pass right there, and Colgan came out at the circles to prevent Doe from getting to it. Slachetka was able to bail him out anyways. Here's Vanelli from the red line. Dodges a hit from Chamelka, but Chamelka gets to the puck and chips it in. Rutledge from behind his own net, rims it around on the far wall. Petrantonio gets knocked down on a check. Grade comes in defensively and stops McKechnie in his tracks. Now look out, there's a chance in the circle. A blocked shot there by White off of Michael Mann, and we get a whistle. 10:13 to go in the third. Wolves still in front 2-1.
One thing I'd like to see us do is when we're coming up the ice, I'd like to see us use that far side D-man on a hinge. For those of you who don't know what a hinge is, it's when the defenseman's coming up with the puck on one side, and the other defenseman is on the other side, but he's more far back, and it's a part of a breakout that can be used when the team that's forechecking against you is forechecking very heavy to one side like Watertown is doing so. And I know Coach Jerome's a fan of that, so I'd like to see us utilize that here in the third.
Moskal wins the draw, tried to rim it around. Slachetka held in left point, got it to Mann. He stumbled. He tried to shoot that puck from the high slot. Lane King has to go all the way back into his own end to retrieve it. Gives it to Slachetka. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Wolves still lead at 2-1. All the goal scoring happened in the second period of play. Alex Storjahan has the last one for Columbus. Williamson backhands that one into the zone, too far out of the reach of Moskal. Now here's Mann trying to rush in there over a 2-on-1, and Ozelinch was quick off the bench on the defensive line change. Moskal putting that to some open space in the middle. Slachetka gets to it first. Let's go Dragons, the chant here in the Civic Center. Crowd trying to spur them on to get this game tied. Jamea finds it. He's got a half-hearted 2-on-1. Right circle. McDonald fakes the shot. He shoots, and he rings the bar. The red light went on, but he rings the bar. Mahfouz gets it back to McDonald. Shoots again, and that one blocked by Ozelinch. Moskal works this one over to the right wing side. Off the wall for Krupp. Krupp plays that one off of LaBelle. Gets to it first, right wing corner. Taylor shoulders him, and it goes deeper behind the net, and that favors Taylor. On the half wall, Riley lays a check onto a man. Jemayev with it. McDonald trying to go ahead and a headman pass. Hits him on the tape, but he can't control it on the backhand.
I don't think McDonald expect that puck to get through to him. I don't even think he was ready for it.
Vanelli trying to go on a rush here. Left wing side. He takes a hit, but he works it up to Krupp. Krupp's pass back, and it was behind Riley, but ahead of Vanelli.
Great back check by Underwood there to stop that pass.
Underwood defensively prevented a breakout the other way. Riley right circle, trying to move it down deeper, and that one bounces off of a body, and Watertown's got possession again. Jemayev from the red line. Underwood check laid on there. First from Underwood, then from Jemayev. And Jemayev will now head off for a change as Columbus has possession.
Great defensive shift there by Kirk Underwood. He stopped 2 breakaway passes from getting through.
Schultz uses the body, shields off from some stick work, dumps it in right wing corner. Colgan will slow it up. Austin Doe thought he had a chance there. Colgan knew the time. This one gets sent up by LaBelle, and down the ice it goes. Picked up in the far circle by Vanelli. Shows that it's Nolan. 24, not 26. 8:02 left to go here in the third. McKechnie, left point. His shot easily blocked by Grade. And now Grade tries to send it out to the neutral zone. Mann gets it, dumps it in. Quick touch up on the delayed offsides by the Wolves. Now Petrantonio can't get it out of his own end as McKechnie read that one at center point. He'll dump it into the left wing corner. Nolan with it there. He's immediately tied up by Mahfouz. McKechnie finds it, brings it up along the wall with Bersani watching over him. Now Mahfouz and Nolan again go at each other. 7.5 minutes left to go here in the third. 2-on-2 battle. Wolves are going to try and change a body behind this. They do. 2-on-2, puck's not moving, and we will get the whistle. And with that, we'll get immediate timeout. 7:24 to go in the third. 30 seconds and we're back. Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Is a world leader in development, manufacturing, and distribution of composite reinforcement materials for any and all projects you might have. Headquartered right here in Phoenix City, Vectorply prides itself on providing superior and timely customer service for all their customers' inquiries. No project is too big or too small for Vectorply. For more information on what they can do for you and your project, visit Vectorply.com. That's VECTORPLY.com. And get started on your next big project today.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. River Dragons trail the Wolves 2-1. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Columbus River Dragons Radio Network.
I think that was only 6. We've got a winner. Let's give it up for Roots Youth Crew.
7:24 to go in the third. Wolves lead at 2-1 over the River Dragons on this whiteout weekend Saturday. Whiteout jerseys you see wearing from the River Dragons and the ones the Columbus Legends wore in advance of this game are all available on the Dash app, DASH, free on all Android and iOS devices. The Legends jerseys end at 11 p.m. tonight, so you got about an hour left to bid on those. Meanwhile, the River Dragons jerseys, they will end on Sunday after the game. We have a linesman patching some ice right in front of the Watertown bench. They'll get a shovel full of snow and look to patch some of that in.
So what I see from Jared Rutledge, just watching him stretch, I saw him stretch up at the bench too. He's doing that same stretching, putting his right knee up and stretching his left groin or left hip flexor forward. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably go with that. I'd say something on the left side of his body, maybe even the groin or the hip flexor, which is not a good injury, obviously, for a goalie.
Well, he's got some time to really work that out as they're patching up this ice. And once you've really identified it, and obviously Rutledge has been battling through it for the better part of this period, is this delay helpful or hurtful? Because obviously if you're him, you probably want time to continue on, but does it give you more time to work it out and feel better? Where's the line on this?
No, you were right in the first one. I mean, you just want the game to continue and kind of keep going. Because really, if you have a groin injury or any sort of muscle pull, stretching it is really not going to do anything for you. And Bailey McBurney is coming out on the ice now.
Well, Bailey McBurney's coming out of the ice, but they're having him go into the locker room. I don't know if he's retrieving something for Rutledge or what. The back-end support staff of the River Dragons has been tested today between guys going back, guys needing repairs, guys need medical treatment. Now
handing out T-shirts.
Now even Bailey McBurney is heading back and is getting, I would assume, something for Rutledge. Thankfully, there's a somewhat natural pause in the game while they're patching up a little bit of ice in front of the Watertown bench.
I mean, just based on Bailey going back there, I mean, that would make me inclined to think it is something equipment related, but I think we've kind of ruled that out. So, you know what, I'm just done. I'm done.
We have no idea. This literally tells you we have no idea. I mean, Jared's a guy, if you don't know him, you know, he doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeves. He's always pretty even keel. He prides himself on being level-headed, and even here where you can tell he's in some discomfort, we even can't identify what's up with him. River Dragons will win this draw. Nolan in his own end. Storjahan will get this one out into neutral territory. Back at the Watertown line. It's picked up by Coachman. He'll shoot that one in. Nolan gloved it down. It's right at Rutledge, and he will cover it up for a whistle. 7:08 left to go here in period 3. Wolves lead in shots, 31-22. Heckler & Koch shot counter. Heckler & Koch, no compromise.
At some point here, if you're Columbus, you're going to have to start taking some chances. I mean, not saying play defensively irresponsible, but I mean, you don't want to wait till there's a minute left to pull your goalie, and, you know, that's all you got.
Parker Moskal wins the draw, is able to box out Hussey, a rare draw not taken by McKechnie or McDonald, and it's sent out down to the Watertown end. Coachman a little D to D, and Robertson will flip this one skyward. White gloves it down on the backhand, plays it to the near side. Coachman dumps that one in from the red line. It gets sent around. White will have it far circle in his own end. Watertown changes behind this. 6:44 left to go in the third. Dragons down by 1. Williamson, a pass across off the wall. Storjahan will collect it. Left circle, now behind the net into the right wing corner. Moskal with a turnaround shot. That one sticked away by Colgan. Williamson is tied up here with Coachman, held along the wall as McDonald picks it out of feet. Excuse me, that was Storjahan. That was not Williamson. Either way, Watertown does get it out of the zone. Ozelinch stands up. Heitzner there. Heitzner was looking for a call, but he appeared to be going down before Ozelinch even made contact with him. Now Underwood, a little backhand pass read by Heitzner, and White at his own blue line gives it back to him. It's turned over, and Watertown has possession again. 6:06 left to go here in the third. Oh, look out here. Heitzner left circle a shot, and that one just wide of the glove hand. Vanelli tried to knock it down with the body and inadvertently gave it right to Heitzner. Jamea from behind of the net. Vanelli, good job reading that one. He gets it up ahead to Riley, and Riley's looking to go on a rush. Underwood trying to help out with the stick, but we get a whistle, and the play is offside. 5:47 left to go here in the third. Wolves still lead it 2-1 here at the Civic Center, trying to win the weekend after they took Friday's game by a score of 4-2. Columbus trying to even up this weekend series ahead of Sunday's contest. Face-off coming in front of the Watertown bench. Wolves win it. That was McKechnie. Now Slachetka has some space, left wing. He's in over the line, 3-on-3, bunched up to the left wing side. Vanelli pokes him back. Man works it into the corner. McKechnie seemed to be bouncing it on his stick there, and Vanelli gave him a hit for that one. Now McKechnie works it up the wall. He's tied up with Croup. Man picks it out of feet, puts it along the dasher board. Ooh, that one came out weird. Rutledge had to hustle back, and Riley clears the danger in the slot. Underwood, a hip check laid onto him by Mann along the wall. Schultz's pass read by Slachetka at the red line, and now Mafuz will wait. Left wing side, he'll just dump it into the corner. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third now. Still 2-1 in favor of Watertown. Riley can't get around Jemaeff. Long reach from him, pokes it back into the zone. Vanelli and Schultz play a little catch. Schultz up to Jay Croup. Flips that one right wing side. Riley tried to reach for it. Got to Slachetka first. McDonald at the red line. Coughed it up to Schultz, who gave it right back at the Watertown line to Slachetka. Now 3-on-3 as he hits the line. Left wing side. Slachetka shoots, and Schultz got his stick on that, and it ramps up into the netting and out of play. 4:43 to go in the third, and we have our final media timeout. Back for the conclusion of regulation on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
An injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
We are back here at the Columbus Civic Center. 4:43 left to go in the third. Watertown 2, Columbus 1. A face-off in the Dragons' end, coming up to the right of Rutledge. Still 5-on-5 here. Bersani's unit out there to take this draw against McDonald.
Who else would be taking it at this point of the game, Zach, for Watertown?
Absolutely. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Cosentino. Happy you're spending your Saturday night with us. Columbus needs a goal late. Shot from the right circle. Wide on Rutledge. Here's Petrantonio with it. Right wing from the red line. He'll dump it in. Doe trying to get around Taylor. Taylor uses good speed to stay in front of him. Those two tie up. It's underneath the goal line. McDonald trying to rim it around. Grade can't come over to hold in right point. This is chipped out by Jemayev. Petrantonio near circle for Bersani. Along his own blue line. Now he turns it up ice. He got a couple of guys to bite. It's 3-on-2. Left circle. Nolan with one. And that one ramped up off a stick. Goes behind the net. Jemayev trying to get this one out. Petrantonio applying the pressure. He does get it all the way down to the Columbus end. And here's Storjahan. Storjahan with this. Right wing side and over the line on sides. White shoots. Save made there by Colgan, and the rebound got away from Moskal. He shoots from the left wing circle, and Colgan stops that one with the pad. Now Jemayev finds it in the neutral zone. He turns on this one. That one goes off of McDonald, and Rutledge will take it, and he gets one away from Mafuz there as he backhands it to the near side wall. Right up ahead for Storjahan. Flips that one to Williamson, just out of his reach. Here's Moskal trying to go back for Williamson. Fancy hands there as he gets it into the right wing corner, but nowhere to pass it. Still held in, though, by White, and over to the far corner it goes. King looking to get it out. He goes through Mann on this one. Mann's going to win the race down for icing. Never had the legs. Left circle. He's with it. Mann looks, fires, going for the wraparound, and he hits the back side of the net with that one. I think he was trying to bank it off of Rutledge there, Mike.
Yeah, and Rutledge is laboring after that play. That was the last type of play that he wanted to do was a tough groin-splitting push to his left post.
Ozelinch will have this one off the Watertown dump in. They change here with 3 minutes left to go here in the third. At what point, especially with Rutledge going through a little bit, do you think about pulling him off? Look out, turnover here. Heitzner still in the zone with it to McDonald, and that one just wide of the blocker hand.
Zach, I would say probably, knowing Coach Jerome, probably after the 2-minute mark, you'll see Rutledge start to get called out.
Long pass ahead. Krupp trying to go in on a break. Oh, and Colgan just got there first before Krupp could dive at it. Now here's Heitzner 3-on-3 as he hits the line. Right wing side, Underwood back checking. Heitzner a shot. Ooh, that ramped up off of Schultz. That one caught him, looked like on the schnoz. Schultz lines up a big hit on Jemayev, though. Took out some of his frustration, secured a turnover. McDonald gets the puck back. Left circle, wide of the net. Rutledge put it down with the glove, though. And now here's Vanelli, far circle. He's tied up with Heitzner to the middle. McDonald, what a save, Rutledge! McDonald looked like he put it right on the money, and Rutledge denies him with the glove hand. 2:15 left to go here in the third, and he keeps the Dragons in at 2-1.
Great stop by Jared Rutledge there on the Watertown Wolves' most dangerous player in Justin McDonald. But you can just see how much he's laboring now, Zach. I mean, he even had trouble getting up there after that play.
Face-off coming to the right of Rutledge. 2:15 left to go here in the third. Bersani wins that one away from McKechnie, but it dribbles back towards Rutledge. And he has to cover it up for a whistle. Now 2:13 left to go here in the third. The Wolves leading 2-1.
Yeah, I'd like to think if you're Columbus here, you're probably going to look to pull Rutledge on the next successful zone entry for your team.
Bersani and McKechnie again. Bersani wins that one clean, this time into the corner. Nolan sends it around. That one goes through Doe, held in by Mafuz at the half wall. Off the glass, weird. Man from behind the net, tied up with Grade. Nolan able to get it only to the circle where Mafuz will meet it there. Mafuz plays it behind the net. Grade being watched there by McKechnie. He takes it behind. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Keeping our eyes on Rutledge. Petrantonio, right wing side. He chips this in. Rutledge heading off to the bench. Colgan slows this one up, rims it around for King. He sends it out, and Bersani touches it back to the defense. It's 6-on-5 for the Dragons here with 1:35 left to go in the third. Williamson from his own blue line. From the red line now, he'll shoot it in left wing corner. Colgan comes out to slow it up. Over to Slachetka, right wing. He flips this one down ice, end over end. Does it have enough for icing? No. He got the back spin on it. White will have it far circle, takes it behind his own net. 1:15 left to go in the third. Now Austin Doe. Backhand trying to get this one up into the zone. Slachetka from the blue line gets it to McDonald. White was there for it. Over to the left wing. Bersani ties up a man. Heitzner will just dump it in. 1 minute left to go here in the third. 6-on-5 for the Dragons. They need a goal. Turnover. Heitzner shoots. He scores. It doesn't count. Delayed offsides. Heitzner's goal will not count as Jemayev was not at the blue line yet. It's still 2-1.
That's the right call, and you can see nobody on Watertown is arguing. Except for Slachetka, but he's wrong.
Now here's the question, and Jack Riley might have it right. You could rule that's intentional offsides and put an offensive zone draw for Columbus. They're not going to do that, but they will dodge the empty net goal tonight so far. 53.6 left to go in the third. Rutledge is going to come out to defend this faceoff. He'll likely be outside of his crease looking to make a move out.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to put Rutz back in here with just, the location of the face-off. But that's the right call. I mean, it's offsides. Do I think it should be all the way down? Probably not. I don't think that's intentional offsides. I think that's just, he's trying to shoot the puck at the net and score a goal. But, I mean, either way, definitely a good bounce there for Columbus.
Face-off coming opposite the Columbus bench. 53.6 left to go in the third, and McDonald's going to get waived. And Jemayev will come in for a last-minute face-off. Moskal will win it. Williamson to Vanelli. Columbus has possession. Rutledge will be looking to leave here on this rush. White has it behind his own net. 46 seconds left to go in the third. To Vanelli. Skates it up into the neutral zone. Rutledge heads off to the bench. 6-on-5. Vanelli in over the line. Pickpocketed there by McDonald. Goes all the way back to the Columbus blue line, and White will have it there. White to Moskal. Gives it back to Vanelli. Vanelli looks to turn it up ice. Oh, overhandled the puck. Heitzner feeds Jemayev with it. He backhands it towards net, and he scores. Another empty net goal for Watertown will seal this one. 24.6 left to go here in the third. Wolves 3, Dragons 1.
Yeah, Watertown just makes it so difficult to enter the zone when they're being aggressive like that. They don't just sit back and let you walk in. They make you kind of beat them at the red line, and we just unfortunately couldn't do it.
Jemayev, his second goal of the game, 38th on the season, and Watertown is in position to win the weekend. 24.6 left to go as we drop the puck. Columbus has this back in their own end. Schultz will dump it in. No icing. Colgan comes out to play it behind the net. He'll slow it up. Riley was rushing at it. Gets it to Robertson. 10 seconds left here in the period. Pass goes through Chemelka. Rutledge will come out. Play at bottom of the circles. 2 seconds left, and that'll do it. River Dragons fall to the Wolves here 3-1. A gutty effort. Multiple Dragons hobbled at different points in this game. Jared Rutledge definitely toughed that one out, but it's a loss he and the rest of his teammates will have to suffer. Now looking ahead to Sunday, the Wolves have won the weekend, and now nothing left to do but try and avoid the sweep here at home.
Yeah, it's a great game by Rutz. I mean, obviously he had to gut out the end there. That was very impressive by him, but just little small things not going our way. Watertown's a tough team. They have a lot of skill. I think we're definitely good enough to beat them. We just have to execute and show it tomorrow.
Wolves head off the ice. They congratulate Brendan Colgan on his second straight win in this building. And the River Dragons salute the crowd that salutes them back after what was a very eventful night of hockey here in the Chattahoochee Valley. We've got a lot to talk about on the Chattahoochee postgame show, which will start up after this on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Injury can be a game changer. That's why Houston Sports Medicine Team provides urgent ortho care, Saturday morning injury clinics during hockey season, and an emergency room at Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. An injury can be a game changer, and immediate evaluation and care can be a game changer too. For more information, go to Houston.com or call 706-324-6661.
Welcome to the Chattahoochee. That's right, the Chattahoochee Southern Brew House is the official post-game hangout of the Columbus River Dragons, serving their exclusive River Dragon Red Ale on all game nights, located just 1.5 miles from the Civic Center at 1301 6th Avenue. There's no excuse not to get out with some friends and enjoy the night with some quality craft brews. Chattahoochee Southern Brew House is locally and veteran-owned and offers live music from 6 to 10 on Friday and Saturday nights. Make sure to follow them on social media for all the latest events.
The King Claw is one of the most popular destinations for seafood enthusiasts. King Claw is inspired by the Viet Cajun elegance of boil and bag seafood that holds all the juicy flavor of the ocean. Then we add our very own unique mixture of the best spices that take the taste to another level. We can confirm that you won't find our flavor anywhere else. We collect the freshest seafood, prepare them as you order, and we encourage you to grab your hand in the bag to enjoy the heavenly taste of our signature seafood combinations. We believe that having quality and fresh foods with friends and family is the best feeling in the world. Come, open up a bag and enjoy the best seafood in town where the ultimate juiciness waits for you. Call 706-507-3845 to order.
It's time for the Chattahoochee postgame show on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Tonight's show is brought to you by Cypress Partners, Podcast 706, Chattahoochee Southern Brew House, The Jersey Shop, BioLife Plasma, and PMB Broadcasting. Now with a recap of tonight's action, here's Zach DeBozart.
Thank you very much, Brian Thomas. Welcome back into the Harvey Lumber Press Box here at the Columbus Civic Center. I'm Zach DeBozart. He's Mike Cosentino. Mike, another tough one for the Dragons. We've been seeing it all throughout really the last 3-4 weeks of play. Playoff intensity games, goals are at a premium. You're seeing a lot of low score lines, which is obviously very uncharacteristic for the FPHL. Here tonight, another one, 3-1, Wolves win, the empty netter from Alexander Jemayev, just 24 seconds left in the game. I mean, it was a contest back and forth, but this one feels like it might hurt a little bit more for Columbus compared to last night. Obviously, you've lost the weekend, and a couple of guys hobbled by injuries in this one too.
Yeah, a couple guys definitely injured. And, it's a specialty night as well. I mean, we have the whiteout and we had the alumni game before, so obviously the guys wanted to win. I think the effort was there. I think just execution on small things will make the difference tomorrow. I mean, we're definitely good enough to beat this team. It just comes down to a matter of executing.
What do you look at when you're assessing Watertown defensively? Because obviously they do so much right. They are, I believe, the league leaders in goals per game against when you finally break down the averages. I think raw goals, I think we've given up less, but I forget what the exact stat is. But obviously it's tough to score on Watertown. That's an understatement, and that's something I think we've realized, and I think the whole league has realized by just playing Watertown in their schedule.
Yeah, they're very tough to score on, and part of the reason they're so tough to score on is because they always have the puck in your zone. So the best defense for them is just their offense. So I think the way to beat them is you kind of just have to outpossess them and beat them at their game. And like I said, using that hinge, I mean, a little bit of deception where you fake it one way, you go the other way, you get their aggressive forwards to kind of miss, and then that can lead to some good odd man rushes.
Is that a case where obviously the offense so good, guys like Justin McDonald, Cole McKechnie, Alexander Jemayev, Ahmad Mahfouz, seems like they're out there forever. I mean, you see a full lineup dressed for Watertown, but it seems like unless you're in that top six, you're only getting a shift here and there. I feel like they're double shifting guys all the time, and you're seeing the minutes rack up for the forwards. We're used to defensemen, seeing them go up in the high 20s, maybe even 30, but I would say some of these forwards are pressing defenseman minutes every night.
Yeah, I mean, McDonald's on the ice, I mean, almost the whole game. It's unbelievable. But, I mean, he's a good player, and he deserves the ice time. I think, once again, if you kind of beat them down, be physical, then you can kind of start to wear down those top two lines, and then you make them go into their depth players a little bit. That might be another way to expose them.
River Dragons fall to the Wolves by a score of 3-1. Wolves outshoot the Dragons in this one, 34-24 on the Heckler & Koch shot counter. Heckler & Koch, no compromise. River Dragons finish 0-for-3 on the Georgia Power play, 2-for-3 on the Houston Clinic penalty kill. Jemeyev's first goal of the game was the power play tally. That was the one that broke the deadlock, and when you figure it comes 7:05 into the second period, Mike, that first goal obviously huge and gave Watertown some momentum, and really were able to hold on to it until the Storjahan goal late in the second.
Yeah, that goal was obviously big for Watertown. I think another thing tomorrow is we just have to be a little bit more consistent with our starts and our finishes to the period. Obviously, the stuff in between is very important, but if you come out and you start a period well and you finish a period well, you'll typically have a lot of success on the scoreboard.
River Dragons fall here 3-1. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Mike Cosentino here for the rest of the broadcast, but we'll be with you for the rest of the Chattahoochee postgame show. Mike, thank you as always. Great
Pleasure,
to have you
Zach.
up here.
Happy to be here, yeah.
And who knows, we'll maybe see you up here, maybe not. Obviously, we don't know what happened with Jared Rutledge tonight and 2 straight losses. I mean, it's anybody's guess, but I'm sure you'll let us know, and we'll see what we can do. But if we don't see you Sunday, have a good game.
All right, and if I'm not up here, I want you to be very kind to me. I've been good to you the last couple of weeks. I want you to be nice to me.
You very much have, and we certainly will. All right, with that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Chattahoochee postgame show rolls on with Look Around the League next on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Job specializes in screen printing, embroidery, direct-to-garment printing, and vinyl heat-pressed lettering and numbering. We provide custom t-shirts for any occasion, reunions, parties, you name it. We have a graphic designer on staff to help create the logos or graphics necessary to make your shirts unique. Here we pride ourselves in being able to deliver orders of any size at low competitive cost with no minimum quantity required to order. That's why the River Dragons trust us for all their uniform needs. Call the Jersey Shop in Columbus today, 706-565-4242.
Today, more than ever, you can rely on the trustworthy technicians at Midas for your car's needs. From scheduled maintenance to brake repairs to oil changes, suspension work, and more. Our technicians are known for their work and their word that your car will be fixed in the best way possible. Stop in your neighborhood Midas today with 2 locations in Columbus. At the corner of 13th Street and Veterans, just up the road from the Columbus Civic Center, and the other off Manchester Expressway. Midas Total Car Care, proud sponsors of the River Dragons. Trust the Midas touch.
Before you know it, the weather will get warmer and baseball will be right around the corner. So book your summer weekends early by purchasing a Flight Club membership with the Columbus Chattahoots. Flight Club members receive tickets to every home game at Golden Park as the Hoots try and go back to the Championship Series in 2022. Plus, more awesome perks for all of our members. Visit GoHoots.com to get started on securing your membership for the 2022 Sun Belt Baseball League season. Or call the offices at 706-507-4625.
Back here at the Columbus Civic Center, Chattahoochee postgame show as the River Dragons fall to the Wolves by a score of 3-1. I'm Zach DeBozart. Mike Cosentino had to go be with the team, obviously, in the locker room after that game. We thank him for all that he was bringing to the broadcast tonight, and we were talking with him after it. It seems highly likely he'd be in the lineup in some way on Sunday. Just during this game, Jared Rutledge, you could tell, was fighting through something in the third period of play. We thought it would be everything from a skate blade to cramps to a lower body to an upper body. We definitely have no clue, and we might talk to Rutledge at the end of this game. He still might not let us in on what exactly was ailing him, but he wasn't 100%, but he still did the job, especially in that third period. The only goal scored was that empty netter from Jemayev to give the Wolves that 3-1 win and all 3 points. With that, let's take a look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zip-In, Zelmo's fueling life's passions. Port Huron 3-2 winners in overtime over the Carolina Thunderbirds. Matt Graham had 2 goals, including the game winner in that one. Danbury gave it their utmost effort. They brought it back within 1 goal late, 4-3, thanks to Corey Anderson with an extra attacker on the ice, 58 seconds left, but it was not enough. The Binghamton Black Bears, they hold on. They take all 3 points in a 4-3 victory, and the state of New York sees 2 3-point winners as, again, the Watertown Wolves defeat the Dragons here by a score of 3-1. Now, because of the loss from from Danbury. At the time, Columbus jumped up into second place. Danbury's now at a 6:07. However, Columbus's game will be finalized here momentarily. And by some quick math, we can let you know that the points percentage will read 597 in Danbury, who currently sits at 607. It's gone from 0.8 of a percentage point now to a full percentage point of deficit between the Hat-Tricks and the River Dragons, second and third place. Binghamton jumps over Carolina, though, with that win. They're now at 525 in fourth place. Carolina at 513 in third. Remember from last night, the Port Huron Prowlers, they clinched their spot in the Commissioner's Cup playoffs, so our 6 teams are known, and now it's just a battle for seeding down the stretch. Columbus hosts Watertown again on Sunday night. Danbury is idle, so quick math would tell us that the River Dragons, with a good result, could pass the Hat-Tricks for second place. Let's do some quick mental math here and try and run it through a calculator. As the River Dragons at that point would have had 44 games played, so quick 44 times 3, and this is how you can figure out to do it. The points available at that point would be 132. A 3-point win, would just put the River Dragons short to be at 606, and the Hat-Tricks would be at 607. So no, it is not able to catch the Hat-Tricks for second place by the end of the weekend, but you could be within the thinnest of margins of them with a big win on Sunday. At your look around the FPHL, brought to you by Zelmo Zippin. Zelmo's fueling life's passions. Quick look, Southern Hockey scoreboard. Birmingham 5-4 winners in a shootout over Fayetteville. Roanoke a big 2 points. They put the Birmingham Bulls' playoff hopes on life support with a 6-2 win over the Macon Mayhem tonight. Evansville 4-3. They lead Quad City. The Storm have an extra attacker on with 20 seconds left in the third. Huntsville up 3-1 over Peoria, under 6 to play on that one. And it's a final in Danville, Pensacola 3, Vermilion County 1. That's your Southern Hockey scoreboard. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we conclude tonight's Chattahoochee postgame show with a look ahead to Sunday afternoon, a 4:30 puck drop on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Welcome to the Chattahoochee. That's right, the Chattahoochee Southern Brew House is the official post-game hangout of the Columbus River Dragons, serving their exclusive River Dragon Red Ale on all game nights, located just a mile and a half from the Civic Center at 1301 6th Avenue. There's no excuse not to get out with some friends and enjoy the night with some quality craft brews. Chattahoochee Southern Brew House is locally and veteran-owned and offers live music from 6 to 10 on Friday and Saturday nights. Make sure to follow them on social media for all the latest events.
Hey Columbus, have you heard of BioLife Plasma Services? It adds up. Here's how. The cash you'll earn for your time donating plasma at BioLife adds up for the things you want. And your plasma donations can add up over time to create life-changing medicine for people with rare diseases. Stop in and check us out at our new Columbus BioLife location. New donors can earn up to $300 in their first 5 plasma donations at BioLife. Visit biolifeadsup.com to schedule an appointment today.
Prepare yourself for an unparalleled golfing experience. Co-designed by Columbus resident and 1987 Masters winner Larry Mize, Maple Ridge Golf Course is a pleasure for golfers of any skill level to play. Test your accuracy with our fairways, water hazards, and sand traps. We have everything you need to challenge yourself and improve your game. Memberships available year-round by calling 706-569-0966 or book a tee time by visiting golfmapleridge.com.
Looking to bring the whole crew out to a game? Group nights are for you. Groups of 10 or more get special ticket pricing and exclusive merchandise and experience add-ons that will make your game at the Civic Center a night to remember. For more information on group rates and packages, visit ourdragons.com/tickets or call our ticketing manager at 706-940-0476. Ask about all the great perks we can provide your group. Work friends, family functions, there's no group too big for us to handle, but it starts by visiting ourdragons.com/tickets.
Back here one final time on the Chattahoochee postgame show. Watertown Wolves defeat the River Dragons by a score of 3-1. Now we look ahead to the conclusion of Whiteout Weekend. It's been a lot of fun. We've been celebrating. We've been wearing specialty jerseys with a unique look. They've just not been lucky for the River Dragons against the best team in the FPHL, but they'll be hoping to take some points. Again, a 3-point win for the Dragons tomorrow will bring them by the literal thinnest of margins, 607 to 606 versus the Danbury Hat-Tricks. So while they will not be in second place, regardless of tomorrow's result, it will still be extremely close heading into next weekend and really the midweek against the Carolina Thunderbirds. That comes up on Wednesday here at the Civic Center. Of course, before that, though, we look to the Sunday game. 4:30 puck drop here at the Columbus Civic Center means a 4 o'clock Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show. Dragons just trying to not get swept here in their home building, something that I don't think has happened maybe more than once, and it might have been in a 2-game set in the first year. We'd really have to look back and obviously hope we don't have to regurgitate that stat at any point. Obviously, you want to see the River Dragons take some sort of result and get something out of this very festive and extraordinary weekend. Obviously, it was a lot of fun having the Legends game on YouTube. 4-2, the Legends defeated Fort Benning Hockey Club. We also had a pregame ceremony for the Amos family, Wanda and Shelby Amos. Their name now hangs on a rafter here in the Columbus Civic Center for all their years of ownership and dedication to Columbus hockey. We thank them. It was such a great ceremony, and it was just unfortunately spoiled by those pesky Watertown Wolves, who get the win today 3-1. My big thanks to Jake Grade, who was our Inside the Lair pregame show guest. Allison Holiday, Elise Bradford running social media behind the scenes. Down at ice level, Taylor Blackwell, in-game host. Public address announcer Dana Barker, and director of game day ops is Jaden Kruger. For the hard-working crew here on the broadcast side of things, pulling double duty between the Legends game and between the game we just saw today with the Wolves defeating the Dragons. We've got Brandon Schwobel, we've got Eli Hardigree, we've got Riley Perlman, we've got Connor Zays, we've got Jamil Hawkins, Stephen Pierce, Javaris Harris, and of course Mike Cosentino. He was with me on the broadcast throughout the night. Big thanks to everybody who tuned in wherever you might be, on radio, on television, on YouTube. Also shout out the WTVM broadcast and production crew putting us on bounce, WTVM 9.2 tonight. Always fun when we can get out to the people through their channels. Unfortunately, could not bring the people a win here tonight. I'm Zach DeBozart, the voice of the Dragons. You will hear from us again 4 p.m. tomorrow for the conclusion of this 3-game set. 4 p.m. Fort Benning Harley-Davidson pregame show and a 4:30 puck drop on the network. One more time, your final score: Watertown 3, Columbus 1. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody, on the Columbus River Dragons Broadcast Network.
You've been listening to the Chattahoochee postgame show on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Tonight's show was brought to you by Cypress Partners, Podcast 706, Chattahoochee Southern Brew House, The Jersey Shop, BioLife Plasma, and PMB Broadcasting. All rights to this broadcast are reserved by the Columbus River Dragons and PMB Broadcasting for the private use of their audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game are expressly prohibited without the written consent of Ignite Sports and Entertainment and PMB Broadcasting. This has been a presentation